Yo, can you hear me? Can you hear me? How do I sound? Nisa, what's good? What's happening? Hope I'm sounding decent here. Hope everybody's doing great. Just setting up a few things on the back end of the back end, making sure we're looking great. We got great topics to get into. Um, so y'all know, go ahead and hit that poll. Let me know what y'all want. Obviously, Rex has been talking crazy. Thank you, Nisa. One of the best moderators in the game. NM Quan, what's happening? Hope everybody's doing great. Don't worry, I'm gonna show you my me and my beautiful soul. I just gotta make sure we're good here. I think we're good there. Cool, cool, cool. We will have a vertical stream. I don't know if people prefer the vertical streams or not, but we're at least gonna get into that bag. You feel me? Make sure that we are good to go. Okay, I think we're in a good spot here. I think we're in a good spot there. I'm managing here. We are good there. Let's close this up. Hope everybody's having a phenomenal day. Everybody make sure you vote on what you want to see first. Do you want to see the Rex Ryan files, right? Or do you want us just to talk a little bit about Shedeur? Let's just get into it. The discourse around Shedeur is wild. How can you expect a man to come in against the Ravens with literally reps and all do 22? Get into everything. I think you make a good point because y'all know me. I'm not a big excuse maker, but at the same time, we're still gonna have to tell the truth when we're up here. Okay, so let's get this out the way. I'm gonna start the vertical stream probably a little after our first video, after we get rocking and rolling here. I'm still experimenting with it. I don't know where that'll take us. I'm live on TikTok as well. I'm a little mini cam. I think my audio is fixed. I think we're good. I think we're in a good spot. Yo, Andrew, Mr. Brownie God, he not fixing the stream. He is hiding his Arch jersey. Hey, don't expose me. Don't do that. I don't need y'all exposing my real intentions, okay? Said I was hiding my Arch jersey. That's pretty funny. That's funny, big dog. But nah, man, when I get my Arch jersey, I'm having it on every day. Every single day. Yo, what's good, teams? Cook Up Exxon says no first team reps, but he's supposed to be ready for the big time. Okay, so I want to start off the bat with that. Yeah, and I don't want to say narrative because I mean it's the truth. He hasn't had first team reps. In the wake of that, right? We've had a lot of people come out. Cam Newton has come out and said, "Well, you should get second team reps." Other backups have said, "Hey, we didn't get second team reps." There's a lot going on to it. So y'all know how I do. I don't never trust my opinions. That's why I implore y'all to never trust what this big headed dude says. I always bring facts, and I'm going to show you those facts, those stats, and those videos, and then we can make some discernments. Then we can kind of make some things. I think the truth is always in the middle, right? Could Shedeur have played better? Sure. But was Shedeur set up in the best spot? No, clearly not. Absolutely not. And a lot of people have a lot to say about it on both sides, and I think both sides are really heating up. So I'm gonna let y'all. Okay, I think y'all want the Rex Ryan, huh? Watch the play breakdown. Wasn't all in Shedeur at all. Defense needs to get used to the long game. I seen the all 22. Literally had no chance on 80% of the plays. Gotta pay your bread to watch the film. Oh, I have NFL Pro. I have NFL Pro. What I will be doing, we're gonna watch some small clips. Members. I didn't forget about y'all. I'm gonna react to. So you're gonna have some membership content coming out today, if not tonight. What's it called? We're gonna just react to the highlights, and then I think it'll be cool to react to some all 22 for Shedeur and just talk about it, yap about it, throw it up for the members if y'all want it. So I didn't forget about y'all, but the NFL week just ended yesterday. You feel me? So I go about a week by the NFL weeks, but we'll get y'all laced up. But yeah, it looks like y'all want the Rex Ryan files, man. Hola, some of these people are lying. Yeah, a lot of these people are very disingenuous. Hola, a lot of these people want to get lies off because I think that's all they can do. So y'all want the Rex Ryan files? All right. The people done spoke. Y'all see. I told y'all I was gonna build a case on Rex Ryan. I was not playing no games. I was not playing 0 games. Deadly serious. Let me get this vertical stream cooked up. Let me get this vertical. Oh wait, that's not the right thing. Boom. Make sure this works a-okay. Again, I hope everybody's having a phenomenal day. This is gonna be my last little check. But yeah, the crowd has decided we are gonna get into these Rex Ryan files. I forgot who coined it, but that was it was a comment. Some comment said the Rex Ryan files. Yo, elite stuff, man. Absolute elite stuff, man. I just gotta check this out real quick. Make sure we're live. It looks like we're live. Are we actually live though? Are we actually live? It's taking too long. I don't know why it's taking so long to load. There we go. Okay, cool. So we're gonna go live on the vertical. We're gonna go public. Boom, boom. Go live. All right, let's hop into it. let's hop into it, man, because y'all know everybody's favorite failed head coach had a lot to say about our guy Shedeur. So we gonna have to yap about it here. I'm here for the case study. Okay, let's dig into it. Okay. They just say, hey man, we got the Rex Ryan feet gate a little bit more, man. Y'all know about Rex Ryan feet gate. Aha, Rexy, sexy Rexy. I thought we was done with you, big homie. I thought when you had to backtrack them comments that you said about Shedeur the first time, I thought we was good. But no, you're back. You're lying again. And I appreciate you lying because your lies bring us great content. I'm not going to say nothing except let the Rex, the man, and myth, the legends talk about what he wants to talk about. Let's hear it.
No, 100%, Greeny. And when you see this young man, like, I don't know whose fault it is. Is it this kid's fault for some reason? Or is it the organizations, have failed this guy? Look, number one, my biggest question is, you traded up to get this guy. Mm-hmm. So clearly you think he has the talent to play the position.
Someone does, yes.
Why hadn't he had a chance? He had no reps with the ones. We understand that, right? That's what the line's saying. That, to me, how the hell does that happen? All right? And then the other thing is, Shedeur, he's got to get over himself, too. Like he's there by himself on the bench.
At the end of the game.
I've seen it in the 7th game of a World Series when you lose a game or whatever. This is a pillow fight game. Nobody cares.
He cares.
Sit back.
He cared.
Yeah. Did he care? Or are you trying to make it a show, make it about yourself? You got a guy over there that, by the way, is a 2-time MVP. Right there, Lamar Jackson. He was looking for you. He was looking for you right there. Why don't you share a moment with him? All right, share a moment with Lamar. He's looking all over for you. Right. Then get in there with your teammates. These are your teammates. All right? These are your teammates. And talk about, I'm not comfortable losing. You think anybody in that locker room is? They better not be. Okay? But I want to see, is it Shedeur or is it the coach? Who the hell's at fault here? Because there's a disconnect. To me, there's 100% a disconnect. Now, look, I want to see.
Okay, so there's a lot. Okay, so I've only watched a part of that clip, and I got to be honest with you. I think Rex Ryan either has CTE or he shows up high as hell to these. Because I do want to point something. Before we get into the Rex files and, could debunk some of the things that he said, first off, he's never seen anybody at the end of the bench after a big game. I mean, come on, dog. Like, they was already in the comments. I don't know what's wrong with being upset with losing. But let's stop, because we got to unpack things piece by piece by piece. Now, what he first said was, hey, I don't know if it's Shedeur's fault or I don't know if it's the team's fault. So I want y'all to point out, again, the biggest hater of Shedeur. And notice Tony Grossi ain't had much to say. He ain't had no hating thing to say. That's why I haven't been talking about it. Tony Grossi's even like, hey. So again, for all the Shedeur Sanders haters and are people who are mad for people that are defending Shedeur, the biggest Shedeur hater, a man who just criticized Shedeur for being upset about a loss for some reason, is the same man who said, hey, clearly he's talented. If y'all thought he was talented, y'all traded up to get him. Why have y'all not been prioritizing his development? And I think that's interesting because although Rex Ryan is a failed head coach, he is a head coach. So he does know a thing or two about the football. So it's interesting how, the Super Bowl performer, Super Bowl champions, MVPs, Cam Newton, there are certain people who are saying, hey, Shedeur didn't play the greatest game, But the Browns need to be held accountable. The O-line needs to be held accountable. That organization for the way that they have the big picture. And this is what we've been talking about. That's why I've been making these videos. And for the last 3 weeks, hey, I've been on Dylan Gabriel's side. I've been like, yo, this team is so incompetent at the quarterback position that it goes back through history. And I think Browns fans get upset when I say that. I think they think that I think Shedeur is going to magically fix everything. Of course he can't fix this dog shit. Have y'all seen the offense? I'm not mad at Dylan Gabriel. Joe Flacco couldn't do shit with this. But he goes up the road, he looks better. Baker Mayfield goes up the road, looks better. There's a theme with the Browns. When you get up out the Browns, you play better football. Shout out Jacoby Brissett. Shout out Jacoby Brissett, right? So I got to give Sexy Rexy a little bit of credit right there. Hey, even he sees it. The biggest Shedeur hater is like, as much as I'm about to get this nasty shit off on Shedeur, I just want everybody to know he shouldn't be in this situation. So cool. That's the most amount of credit I'm giving you, Rex Ryan, because we're about to get into the files. So let's get into the lies, because we know Rex Ryan has intentionally lied before. You know, a few weeks back. Oh, this kid, he doesn't show up to meetings. He's not in there. He's not about, and then we debunked that in 15 seconds, right? Oh, I've never seen anybody sit at the end of the bit. Well, I don't think you've been watching enough football. Because here you go, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa. There you have it. People sitting at the end of the bench, upset that they lost. Myles Garrett, there's a Brown right there. Okay? Now let's go deeper into the insidiousness of saying, hey, Shedeur, why are you trying to make it all about you? How selfish of you for you to think that the loss is on you. What? Wait, whoa. So when Rex Ryan wanted to go, he wanted Shedeur to go to the podium and say, you know what? This shit ain't even my fault. Yo, imagine what they would be saying if Shedeur got up there. It's like, hey man, yo, this team is ass. Wait, Cam Ward said that, didn't he? But we big Cam Ward. Y'all wasn't that mad when Cam Ward said it. Hold up, something fell out my ear. I got it. Y'all wasn't mad when Cam Ward said that. I wasn't mad at it. I mean, he was right. You know, he was right. And if Shedeur said, hey, this team fundamentally is ass, I don't know what y'all want me to do about it. First off, I guess Rex Ryan would be happy. But everybody else would rip his asshole open. Whoa, pause. That's too much. That's way too much. I apologize, okay? Jeez Louise. But in all seriousness, is that what Rex Ryan wanted? Because, you know, funny enough, Myles Garrett spoke after we've already watched the video where he was like, hey, Shedeur actually gave a speech to the team. He felt like the loss was so much on his shoulders that he let the team down. I let Nas down. Shout out J. Cole. That, hey, I need to own up to this. I need to address the team. And Myles said, hey, man, we're not going to let you feel that way. We lose as a team and we need to uplift each other. So to be so disingenuous, Rex Ryan, as to make a young kid whose first time going out there, right, it didn't end the way he wanted to. He didn't get the balls to fall in his corner the way he wanted to. He loves it. And this has been one of my biggest issues with people who wrongfully go after Shedeur. Hey, you saw the product on the, hey, shouldn't throw the pick, XYZ. We can get into all of that. We will get into all that, right? We have gotten into all that. But if y'all say anything about this young man's character, one, and his passion for the game, you already messed up. You already messed up. You haven't been paying attention. If you think the man who's been a millionaire since he was born, he don't need the NFL. And this goes all the way back to the whole Ravens debacle, the Ravens Eagles. Now, what do you think that's right or wrong? Shedeur wants to start. And not just start, he wants to change a franchise. That's what he said in his combine interviews. At least the media interviews, not the private interviews. I don't know what he said there, right? I think y'all don't believe him. I think Rex Ryan thinks this is all for show. I think they don't even believe him. Shout out to you, Velocity, on the TikTok. What's happening? I think that's what it is. Rex Ryan can't fathom a young man who might be passionate about the Browns because they've never had a quarterback, maybe since Baker Mayfield, that gives a fuck about this team. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about how Shedeur goes and gives back to the community. Hey, Shedeur could go out there and throw 3 interceptions this Sunday, which I'm not. Let's knock on wood. Let's get that juju out the air. I don't want that in here. He could go shit his pants on Sunday against the Raiders. And it pisses you off, Rex Ryan, that Shedeur's going to go high-five the kids. He's going to thank the fans. He's going to probably give back again because we lost count on what he get. Whether it's the signed jersey, whether it's the car, whether it's the this and that, giving back to local communities that burned down. Oh, yeah, I'm never forgetting that. Shout out to my man Daniel Ofusi because he was there reporting on it. I'm never going to stop remembering that. Is that your problem, Rex Ryan? The same team that your brother Bobby Boy tried to add some sort of relevance to. Great defensive mind. Hey, cool. Is that what makes you so upset? That he unapologetically has passion for this game? That money don't mean nothing to him? That he might feel in himself, in his soul, that he did lose this game? Come on, man. You a Shedeur hater. You supposed to just bag on the kid. You gave him too much credit, Rex. You ain't doing it right. Let me show you how to hate for real, Rex. let me show you how to hate for real. Cause you ain't no such thing as halfway crooks. You can't half hate. You can't drop compliments while hating Rex because I know what type of person you are. I know that Rex Ryan has been fired twice as an NFL head coach. One by the Jets, another by the Buffalo Bills. And I really want to point this out because my issue with Rex Ryan is that he doesn't use any facts. Right? He said Shedeur wasn't showing up to workouts. We debunked it. We showed you multiple times in fact, Kevin Stefanski saying, guess who's leading the post-game extra work? Shedeur Sanders. Sorry about it. Hey, Tony Lima, I hope you're listening. Right? Jerry Jeudy, Myles Garrett, Cedric Tillman, he shows up early and works hard. Hey, I've already played the clips multiple times. Y'all gonna be mad at me if I keep playing them. So you lied. So let's talk about some facts. Rex Ryan once had a 28-20 record with 4 playoff wins. Then he made his acting debut in Adam Sandler's That's My Boy. And he finished it 33-46 in 5 seasons and no playoff appearances. When you went off and became a Hollywood star. Sexy Rexy. I mean, do you care about football? Maybe if you sat your let's not too much. Not too much. Maybe if you sat down on the bench and thought about it for a second, right? Maybe you would have won some more games. Maybe instead of going off and gallivanting and acting with Adam Sandler, right? Maybe you could have won some more games. And don't stop there. And don't worry, we've been over this in the last Rex Files. We got more Rex Files, right? Just to reflect, Rex Ryan is 61 wins and 66 losses as a head coach. Yes, he can coach, but should we listen to him? Just because he has a mic doesn't mean we have to listen. I think that's a pretty good synopsis. Now, we got to talk about the freak that is Rex Ryan, right? We got to talk about how when the Jets were eliminated in Week 15 of 2009 season, the New York Jets suffered a last-second defeat to the Falcons, loss that put the Jets 7-7 in the spot. Rex Ryan believed they were out of playoff contention. We're obviously out of playoff. That's unfortunate. Ryan said in his postgame, that obviously wasn't the case. As we all know, the Jets went on to win their next 2 games where they would reach the AFC Championship game, right? Remember that? Right? Now, in late 2010 season, as the Jets were trying to clinch a playoff berth, the team was struck with a massive off the field distraction involving Rex Ryan. If you're not a freak, close your ears. To summarize, a series of videos appeared on the web with a woman who looked a lot like Michelle Ryan, Rex's wife, which, hey, shout out to you. If you freaky consensual with somebody, hey, I ain't mad at you for that. Do what you need to do. In the video, the woman is showing off her feet, having a conversation with the cameraman who was Rex Ryan. Yes, Rex Ryan had freaky fuck videos leaked as the Jets were trying to push for the playoffs. My God, what a distraction. Rex, are you focused on feet or are you focused on football? You gotta let me know. But it continues again. I wasn't just going, come on, Rex. I'm not just going to sit here and talk about facts that we know you a freaky dude. We know you're a bad football coach. We see the record. I ain't gotta prove that to nobody. Right? But let's go deeper. Back in 2017, assault complaint filed against Rex Ryan following bar scuffle. Yikes. You can't even stay out of the legal limelight, dog. I thought everything was legal and you were just a goofball bad coach. Apparently, a Colorado man filed an assault complaint against Buffalo Bills and New York Jets coach Rex Ryan after a scuffle in Nashville bar on Saturday. Matthew J. Harville, 30, of Pueblo, Colorado, filed the misdemeanor complaint Sunday with the Nashville police, right? According to police, Harville said that he saw Rex Ryan and his brother Rob, former NFL assistant in Nashville bar. Havel told police he went to their table, and after talking to the Ryan brothers for more than an hour, Havel alleges that Rex Ryan reached across and grabbed his neck. Havel told police the attack was unprovoked, right? No arrests have been made, nor charges filed, although Nashville police are investigating. So, you know what I'm saying? Harville told the police incident was unprovoked. Aaron said no arrests were made. Rex Ryan is a longtime Nashville Predators ticket holder, Rex Ryan, who has seen as many of their playoff games, including one of their second round series. So, to be fair to Rex, right? To be fair to Rex Ryan, no arrests were made. I didn't find anything else on it, right? But, I mean, you seem to be getting a little oddly freaky in them bars, too, right? You freaky in a bad way, not in a good way. Freaky as in I don't want to be around you type freaky, right? In them Colorado bars, but again, it don't end there. Why would I just bring that to you, right? How about Rex Ryan's response when he got shamefully fired from the Bills, causing a playoff drought, right? Buffalo Bills owners Terry Pegula on Monday detailed his decision to fire Coach Rex Ryan, and the details are awkward. Calling Rex Ryan's fired an executive decision, Pegula told the Associated Press that he dumped the coach during a conference call with Ryan and Bills general manager Doug Whaley. At the end of the call, Ryan requested to speak to Pegula one-on-one. Rex then directly asked him about his future beyond this season, according to the AP. I was asked a point-blank question, and based on the discussion we've been having all year, I felt it was better to tell Rex that we are going in a different direction. The ever-loyal Ryan then suggested that fill-in offensive coordinator and longtime Anthony Lynn take over as interim for the final game of the season. Pegula's interview came soon after Whaley, during a news conference, left Bills fans dazed, took zero ownership over Ryan's dismissal, saying, "I was told by my boss that I will no longer be working with Rex." Pegula certainly took full ownership of Ryan's firing, but noted that season-long input from the front office was also taken into consideration. Whaley had input on the basis of conversation throughout the year with the problems where Pegula said, "But did Doug ever say, are we firing the coach? Are we keeping our coach?" We never had that conversation. I took it upon myself to tell Rex on the basis of conversation about the games and the aftermath of certain games that, hey, things aren't going well. Said Pegula, none of us are happy with this season. So, again, Rex Ryan, I want to make sure we have the facts. Let's everybody bring our facts to the table. Oh, I got more. Don't worry. I don't want to have to get in there. I don't want to have to get in there, right? However, what I do want to point out is the facts for you, Rex Ryan, is that you have a losing record as a head coach. Nothing wrong with that. Hey, congratulations on being an NFL head coach. That's a great thing. Great accomplishment. Only so many people can do that. I'm not here to be disingenuous about that. Phenomenal stuff. You did great things. The butt fumble was probably the highlight of your on-field coaching career. Merry Christmas, right? But I everywhere I look, I just see you getting not only fired, right? Not only getting upset at that firing, not only not doing your job, but also not being focused, doing extracurricular activities, playing with people's feet, right? Right? You know what I'm saying? Wait, where's that thing where you said, I'm just a freak? He said, I'm just a freak. Here it is. Rob Ryan candid about Rex's foot fetish. Calls brother freaky. Your own brother was calling you a freak bull. You know, the brother who's respected in the world of the NFL, right? Notable defensive assistant, Bob Ryan, right? Or Rob Ryan. I call him Bob. He called you a freak bull. I got ammo. I got clips. Rex Ryan wanted to leak a fake disease to get J.J. Watt to drop in 2011. That's real nasty. Now, I got to be fair to Rex Ryan. When you actually read it, J.J. Watt said it was in a joking manner. But, I mean, based on the shit that Rex Ryan does, who knows? Who knows? But, you know, it is what it is. The Rex, I mean, y'all see it. The Rex files go way deeper. It's a lot of freaky shit. I gotta be honest with y'all. If a chick's got good feet, I'm looking. Rex Ryan still has zero shame about the foot fetish heard around. You ain't even got no shame about it, Rex. Y'all had a terrible playoff run. You was playing around frolicking your feet. You released your freaky video, and you ain't been the same since. My God. Well, hey, keep going with the hot takes. Keep going with the lies. I'll be here every time to expose you, Big Rexy. Sexy Rexy! You have a phenomenal day if you're watching this video. If you watch the stream, stay locked in. We got more to do. But if you're watching the video, like the video. If you like it, dislike it. If you don't like it, subscribe if you like football content of all shapes, sizes, forms, and fashion. Continue to be great. You having a great one. Peace. So how we feel about that, huh? Chat, how we feel about the Rex files, man? Oh, y'all weren't aware about the freaky foot videos. Dude in the bar had open-toed shoes and Rex couldn't take it. He said, come here, boy. Come here, boy. How do y'all feel about the Rex files, man? Y'all let me know. Let's stop this poll. Next, we're gonna obviously talk a little bit about Shedeur's performance or whatnot. We got some people who are a lot smarter than me that have given their opinions. We're gonna listen to their opinions. But let me throw up a quick poll for y'all. Do you trust Rex the Freak to coach in the future? You know what I'm saying? And this could be college football. This could be high school football. Y'all let me know if the freakiest coach alive, do you think he should do that? Hey, I'll be gone today. Y'all let me know, man. Should we let's go here. We will talk about Shedeur getting robbed. That's a crazy situation. That's a really crazy situation. That boy real freaky. That boy's so freaky. He got his own people calling him a freak ball. I mean, come on, big dog. Nisoka, what's good? Larry the Gamer, man. I see you in there. You better come over to YouTube, man. You better come over. If you're on TikTok, you know where you need to be. Cook Up Uno says no. Everybody's saying no. Y'all don't trust. Y'all don't want a freaky coach. Y'all don't. Dang, man. That's crazy to see. I wouldn't have thunk it. But yeah, we are going to get into a few things here, and one of these things is a pretty good. What's going on, Larry? Hope you're doing all right, brother. Hope you're doing great, brother. What's it called? And Larry, I see you grinding. Don't get it twisted. I see you grinding. You know what I mean? Soka, I appreciate you. I appreciate you calling me the GOAT, man. I really appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. Don't let Rex near the youth. Please, for the love of God, don't let Rex near the youth. I'm sorry, on the vertical stream, they're talking to. Let me make sure I'm talking to y'all as well. I feel like I've been neglecting the vertical stream. You can't neglect the vertical stream, man. You can't do that. All right, so next topic we are going to get into is going to be just general Shedeur reactions. A lot of people obviously had a lot of takes. I tried to keep most of these takes positive, and I want to prove, obviously, I'm trying to prove a point here. Appreciate the jewels on the short side. No, keep him away from college girl feet. That's what Billabong says. Keep him away from the girls. Hey, I'm not mad at that assessment at all. Kate Way says the women on ESPN gotta get dressed before Rex Ryan shows up in the morning. Hey man, he says at least he's not in Cleveland. There you go. Rex Ryan be at them Diddy parties. Hey, he coordinating the Diddy parties. He got them the Rex Ryan parties. You better be very afraid. Be afraid, please. All right, so we got a few things. We're gonna do 2 videos. These are gonna be 2 separate videos. In this first one, we're just gonna listen to some things, read some things, do some things. I think the Memphis Tigers. Oh yeah, shout out to Memphis. Y'all talking about the Memphis Tigers? Shout out Memphis. Aren't they as now? I don't know. Shout out to you, Nasoka. You one of the best in the business, man. I appreciate you. That's a former, not a former, but a fellow Texas fan in the TikTok chat. Rex knows as much as Kevin on offense side of the ball. True that. That's not good. That's not great, guys. We don't want that at all. Okay, so let's hop right into this next video, okay? After a disappointing performance, I think that's fair to say, for Shedeur Sanders. A lot of people have had a lot of things to say, and I could just sit here and talk about the negative, and it'd be easy to find. But instead, I took my time. I allow people to get their takes off, and today we're actually gonna talk about some interesting takes. Some of them positive, some might be a little bit up in the air, but at the end of the day, you're going to see the full scope of this. Now, before we talk about anybody with a mic in their hand, we need to talk about the only opinion of this man, besides Shedeur Sanders' opinion of himself. The only other opinion that matters is from this man right here, Coach Prime. What did you have to feel about your guy going in there starting, Coach Prime?
I'm frustrated because watching Shedeur got in today, and I told him he was going to get easy. But I was thankful and happy and appreciative that he got an opportunity. I'm excited. I was in tears. He called me screaming. Man, I'm crying right now. Can you leave me alone?
Hey man, and I did see that. Go watch that video from Bucky. We're not gonna watch that full thing here. Y'all know me. We're not gonna do full reactions unless y'all want a reaction channel. I can cook up a reaction channel. We can get busy. Not the point. The point is right now what we're talking about is at the end of the day. Bucky was going crazy. He was like, "Oh my god!" Like I've never heard Bucky scream that loud. Like I've watched a lot of well-off media videos. I've seen the touch. Like he was going crazy. I want to talk about the feeling of Shedeur going in there, and I said this to my the live chat while it was happening, because y'all can go back and watch. I was like a deer in headlights. I'm sorry. I apologize to the live chat. We was talking, we was yapping, we had a crazy 1 o'clock window, blah blah blah, and then I saw Shedeur getting ready, and I was like, I said what? I said, and it's not because I don't got confidence in Shedeur. It's not because I don't think he could do it. Now we didn't like the results, right? It's because and shout out to it was a random TikTok I was watching. He said the same thing I said in the live morning. I'm like, yo, this is like your cousin. This is like your little brother or your big brother or your, like I said, your cousin, your nephew, your you know what I'm saying? Your niece, and she about to go get busy. She about to go put in pain, do her thing, whether that's soccer, whether that's Little League football, whether that's, I used to watch my cousin play soccer. Now, my cousin was a dog at soccer. Shout out to you, Jaden. He was a dog, all right? So, the first few games of watching Jado, it was like, oh, man, uh-oh. But then he would go crazy, drop 3 goals. That boy was nice. It is what it is. That's my cousin. You feel me? And then there was times where, and again, where it happened where, we made it to high school, and I was on the high school football team. I was doing my thug dizzle. But, we was too cool for school, so we tried to act like, what I'm saying, we don't really care, whatever. But when he started playing for the team, for the school, I was like, hold up, let me see. Okay, he still got it, right? And that collective feeling of like, man, it's time. Like, I gotta be honest with you, I was nervous, I was excited, you know what I mean? And no matter what the results are, that feeling that you feel is something. Like, I've been watching Shedeur, like I said, some of y'all been watching him longer than me. Some of y'all been watching him since he was in the reality TV shows as a kid. I've been watching him since Jackson State days, right? That's when I really started honing in. Obviously, and I'm a big fan of Deion Sanders even before he started coaching, right? So it's like seeing this person that you know can ball out, that you have such high expectations for, finally get to that spot and finally get to that opportunity. It's like, man, forget about messing it up. Just stunt on these hoes, Shedeur. Just do it. Sadly, that did not happen, right? But we still riding with Shedeur. We rocking with Shedeur. Obviously, he's gonna have his potential. Everything is looking like he's going to have his first start of the season against the Raiders. Now, something interesting slid across my desk. It wasn't my desk. I was scrolling Twitter, and I saw this thing. Now, if you don't know Roberto Shenanigans, he's a diehard Cleveland fan. He's both pro Shedeur and anti Shedeur. He's just pro get somebody who can play quarterback for the Browns, right? And there's a little snippet that came out, right? And he's talking about Kevin went from informing the organization that he was redshirting Shedeur this season to starting him in a week 12. These guys just cannot stick to a plan to save their lives. Now, I want this to be known because I'm not here to make that many more excuses because I've already made them for Shedeur. I am here to tell the truth. And the truth, and if y'all want something consistent from me, something I've consistently been saying for about a few months now, is there is no plan at the quarterback position. And if there is one, it's terrible because the plan changes every 2 weeks. It changes. Hey, let's have Kenny Pickett and Joe Flacco in here. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have some youth. Actually, we're going to draft a dude in the 3rd round. He's going to be the next guy. Actually, he's going to be the backup because we're also going to get Shedeur. We're going to waste a two depth picks on getting 2 quarterbacks after we just signed 2 quarterbacks and we have the most expensive quarterback on our roster. What in any of that made you think that there was a plan? I thought there was no plan. And if there's a plan, it's the worst plan ever. Y'all cannot stick to the plan. Then we find out, I don't know how, this is my first time seeing this. This is reported, and I gotta check into where this is reported. This looks like an ESPN article. But shortly after the draft, Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski began informing the members of the organization that this would be a redshirt year of sorts for Sanders. He wasn't expected to play at all this year unless things got ugly. The Browns wanted him to sit and learn. We're not even to Thanksgiving yet, and darkness has fallen on Cleveland. There was Sanders thrust into duty as the backup quarterback in November when the Browns began the season, hoping he wouldn't have to play at all. This is Mary Kay Cabot. I'm sorry. I've been reading too much of her stuff. I will go on the limb and say this is from Cleveland.com. You have to be subscribed to do that stuff. That's probably why I haven't seen this. So, and y'all know when Mary Kay Cabot and when Cleveland.com, when they leaked stuff, it's from the organization. I'm telling y'all, as much as we don't like Mary Kay, as much as she gets annoying, as much XYZ, she has the inside information. She's getting told directly from the organization when she tells these stuff. So I'm happy that Kevin Stefanski told somebody, right? And what this shows is that, kind of like we've been kind of alluding to, somebody like Shedeur on the team, right? And I think a lot of Browns fans are expecting Shedeur to get kicked to the curb, even if he has a bad game. But guys, you have to remember, he was not supposed to play at all, apparently from the head coach's mouth, told to the organization. Not even supposed to play. Just supposed to sit and learn. That's interesting. That's interesting. That might be why he got, obviously, we're not gonna argue over the reps thing. What I will argue over is don't put your eggs in one basket, right? If a quarterback is one play away, you should probably give him 1 or 2 reps with the ones just to be safe. You have a 5'8" quarterback. This is no disrespect, Big DG. You got a 5'8" quarterback, and y'all thought he wasn't gonna at least go out. If his helmet goes off, and I talked about this weeks ago, dog. If his helmet comes off, the rules in the NFL is that he has to come off the field. What if he has a real technical problem and a screw pops out? Oh, dang, let me, I forgot what they're called. The equipment staff have to come in. Hey, let me just rescrew this. Let me get your other helmet. That'll take about, cool, maybe a little 5 minutes, 3 minutes. That's a few plays. You set your team up. I'm not talking about setting Shedeur up for failure, because whenever we talk about set Shedeur up for failure, not only do I think the haters just get, they just get happy because, oh my God, it's an excuse. But also, I think it's disingenuous to what you did, Kevin Stefanski. You set your team up for failure. I am no longer saying Shedeur was set up for failure. Kevin Stefanski's terrible offense, Kevin Stefanski's poor quarterback plan, Kevin Stefanski's poor doing the plan. Wait, what do you call that? Executing? Poor execution of the plan, right? And then on top of that, Kevin Stefanski not equipping your quarterbacks the way that needs to be. If you're going to make him the backup, he's got to know what's going on. Hey, he's QB3. All right, cool. No reps for you, Shedeur. I'm not mad at you. I ain't saying nothing about nothing. Okay. He's QB3. He ain't even going in. He's an emergency quarterback. He won't go in unless 2 people get injured. All cool. Water under the bridge. Shout out Adele, right? So, here's my thing. Again, we not talking about Shedeur set up for failure. Kevin Stefanski has a clear miscommunication with the head office, a clear miscommunication of whoever wants Shedeur at the team. All right? Now that we've talked about that, we're going to listen to a few clips that kind of corroborate the same thing that I'm talking about, and it's the fact that, there's a lot of bad going on here. And if we just focus all of our attention on Shedeur was set up for failure, I don't think we get the full scale of how terrible of a coach Kevin Stefanski is. Kevin, if that was the plan, why didn't you come out and say, hey, Shedeur is a very talented player. We don't see him playing this week or playing this year. We want to hold him, nurture him, and take him to that next level. Instead of being like, I don't want to speculate. Well, now you there with the stank face. Now everybody's calling you an idiot, Kevin Stefanski, and you did it to yourself. Let's hear it.
It's funny because everybody made this point about Shedeur holding on to the ball too much, turning his back to the defense, right? Maybe being a little risky with the ball. Those are all things that we've now confirmed them in one half of football with Shedeur Sanders. But yet I can't confirm a undersized quarterback that won't throw the ball past the first down sticks and that is scared of his own shadow. I can't confirm that. What? Because he's a 3rd-round pick?
Okay, we're good that you didn't do this segment in the first segment. It would have gassed me up a little bit too much. It would have given me the idea that I could just go out and be like, all right, I apologize for nothing. He was awesome. Screw all you guys, which isn't reality.
Yep.
And in this conversation, I have to keep reminding myself because you're almost twisting it to the point where I'm like, maybe he didn't look as bad as I thought. No. He didn't look good.
He looked awful.
He didn't look good yesterday.
He did.
We need to keep reminding people.
Yep.
We're not just completely ignoring that fact and that reality. He did not look good. It was not a good performance, but there was enough there. And there was enough there in him moving the football down the field and actually throwing the ball deep that as you're watching these games, I just don't know how you can't think to yourself, I want to see more of that. And I think that's got to be the overarching theme.
So, these are Browns fans. These are Browns reporters. And I want y'all to know, because people keep trying to compare it to Dylan Gabriel. Y'all aren't good at comparisons. y'all are making those. It's called a fallacy. You're not using good basis to compare the Dylan Gabriel. Well, if it's the same old offensive line as Dylan Gabriel, nice try. Both the offensive tackles were hurt. But again, y'all just hate Shedeur. Y'all don't watch football, right? Oh, Dylan Gabriel, same thing when he was backing up Joe Flacco. He didn't get reps. Nice try. No, Dylan Gabriel has been getting first-team reps since the preseason. Oh, well, everybody was so harsh on Dylan Gabriel. Yes. One, and this going to blow some of y'all people who don't watch football. It's going to blow y'all mind. He ran the same offense in Oregon, guys. I made a video about it. Go watch it or go watch more football, please. Wide zone offense. It's the same, at its core, same offense that Kevin Stefanski wants to run. Wide zone offense. Heavy tight end sets. Lots of motion. Lots of play action. And which is funny because Dylan Gabriel, and this is not being me, like Dylan Gabriel is bad at play action. I never guessed that. He's been looking more mobile, and like I said, I'm not negative Dylan Gabriel. I'm just gonna tell you the truth. The play action surprisingly has been bad. The footwork has been very bad from Dylan Gabriel. That's like the most surprising thing. We knew he can't throw the ball far, but the footwork has been kind of puzzling to me. Anyway, so it's not apples to apples, dog. Seattle in the house. Hey, appreciate it with the $10, C. Anderson. Just left G Bush. Shout out to G Bush. You know he does it the biggest. You know he does it the best. I was in the middle of a rant, and in my rant, I was like, how I forgot what I was talking about. I forgot. I lost my train of thought. I had to pause the recording. What was I talking about? Somebody in the chat. What was I talking about? Hey, DG. I was talking about DG. I was talking about what's it called? What he can and what he can't do. Somebody please remind me. Dang it, C. Anderson. I appreciate the $10, but my train left the station. What was I talking about? DG is a head coach quarterback. Oh, apples to oranges. Yeah. Apples to orange. So I implore you people, when we make these conversations, just watch football. Just watch it. Just watch the preseason. Have all the context before you say, well, Dylan Gabriel did this. Appreciate y'all Dylan's footwork. I appreciate the live chat for reminding me. Well, Dylan Gabriel was able to look awful. Like, what are y'all talking about? Like, and when y'all say that, people are like, oh, well, if Dylan Gabriel, I'm not blaming you, Sam. I'm not blaming you. if Dylan Gabriel went out and put those stats, no, Dylan Gabriel has had worse stats. Did y'all forget? Wait. Please don't tell me y'all forget him throwing an interception and then throwing himself into a safety. Did that not happen like a few weeks ago? Wait, hold up. We don't have to do this thing where we try to elevate Dylan Gabriel because you hate Shedeur. I promise you we don't have to do that. Because I don't do that on my channel. When it's bad, it's bad. When Shedeur's bad, hey, you play bad. But I'm a Dylan Gabriel guy. Dylan Gabriel gives back to his local communities. He donates his NIL to make sure his high schools in his area get new fresh stuff. He's a nice guy. He's got a historic college career. Most starts, most touchdowns. Hey, man. And now my audience might not be a fan of DG, but me, I'm not mad at DG. But I'm gonna be truthful about DG. You got, and shout out to the TikTok chat. They're talking about it. Hey, DG, you should have known this offense. This was self-admitted from Kevin Stefanski because they run the same offensive scheme. You had reps since the preseason. You're the only. Dylan Gabriel had the most one reps out of any quarterback on the roster. Because Joe Flacco, again, some of y'all don't watch football. That's okay. Let me educate you. In the preseason, Joe Flacco wasn't taking reps because he's old as dirt. he's old. So he wasn't taking any reps. It was Kenny Pickett and Dylan Gabriel splitting one reps, guys. And remember, Kevin Stefanski said since he was drafted, he has not thrown with the first team. I'm not using that as an excuse for Shedeur. I'm asking you, what's Dylan Gabriel's excuse for looking as awfully mid as he is? I got the answer. Don't worry. Don't think about it. It's Kevin Stefanski. It's the supporting cast. It's this terrible offensive line that I told y'all was terrible. And I had Browns fans in my comments talking about, well, no, I mean, Joe Bitonio is one of the better guards. He's old. Oh, Wyatt Teller's they can't stay healthy. Well, I think Wyatt Teller's fine. Both of the tackles were injured in this game. And they've been in and out. Cornelius has been in and out the rotate. Like, I beg y'all. And I know nobody wants to watch Browns football. I know. It's not fun. But before y'all go making these takes, I implore y'all to just have the facts together. Please. Doggy Bone, same. Leaving G Bush live. You know I'm here. I appreciate the 5. I appreciate y'all donating. Let's get through a few of these videos. I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna stop yapping, and then we'll yap a little bit and we'll end this video off. All right.
He's very playful. He's dynamic. He's got a lot of personality. He grew up in the spotlight. He grew up with the cameras and the lights on him, and so he operates in a different way. He is, in some respects, an entertainer as well as a football player. But he does have that side to him where he knows how to turn it on for the cameras and those kinds of things. And maybe that is misunderstood by some people. But I will say this. He is very, very well liked in that locker room. He brings a lot of lightness and fun and humor to the situation. His teammates really, really like him a lot. And I think they're going to go out there and they're going to play very, very hard for him, and they're going to support him.
Oh, man. Not Mary Kay saying that the locker room look. Hey, Tony Lima, Tony Lima, where you at, big dog, Tony? I thought you were waiting for the leak from the organization. Y'all know me. I'm about Mary Kay. I gotta read between the lines what she says, right? Cause she is a mouthpiece of the organization, of the Browns room. It's so interesting that Mary Kay comes out and says, he's pretty loved in the locker room. You didn't have to tell me that, because if you were paying attention, Jerry Jeudy's already said that. Myles Garrett's already said that. Cedric Tillman's already said that. Tommy Reese has already said he's a hard worker. He shows up. He does what he needs to do. So, that's my biggest issue with people who still hate Shedeur. It's okay if you didn't you didn't watch Colorado football. You don't know who he is. You don't mess with Shedeur. But if you're a Browns fan and you're going to tell me a Texans fan and a sad Texas fan, shout out to them Rockets, them young Rockets, we coming. You better watch out for Alfred Sengun. Anyway. If you're telling me I can decipher these things by just watching the post game, just watching some of the interviews, y'all are either disingenuous or y'all just lying because y'all trying to get hate off. I said I wasn't going to yet, but let's end it right here. I'm not going to play the Michael Irvin thing because Michael Irvin is biased. He's more biased than me. You think I'm biased. He's a prime guy. He's always been supporting him. He had nice things to say about Shedeur. Just know that. This was surprising.
It's an amateurish organization. The way they have handled the quarterbacks from the moment they drafted Shedeur, they were all doomed to get fired because of it. And that's what's going to happen. It's an embarrassment. I've never seen it mishandled worse.
Guys, the only person who hates Shedeur more than Tony Grossi is Rex Ryan. That's the only person on earth who hates Shedeur more. You're telling me Tony Grossi is saying the same shit that this Shedeur Glazer is saying? Oh, man. Oh, man. Am I making excuses now? Am I being delusional now? I've been saying this shit for 2 months. The plan is there is no plan. I know y'all don't believe me, but I do have a job outside of this. Outside of yelling in microphones, I do have a job, right? It don't take much. If you've had a job and you've planned things out and you've planned strategies out to know what you don't got a fucking plan. I know, because good plans don't flip and flop and, oh, I didn't know we were trading Joe Flacco. What? That's not how plans operate. That's not how plans go. And the beautiful thing about plans, and this is how I knew there's no plan, because plans have contingencies built into it. Hey, if plan A don't work, oh shit, we gotta go BCG. Oh shit, we gotta go here. Oh, hey, by the way, these are things when we get into meetings and we have plans and we plan things out, we sit and we say, hey, what's the worst that could happen? This could happen? Okay, well, when this happens, we're going to do this. Okay, cool. When this happens, we're going to do this. There was no planning in this plan. That's been my thing the whole time. What planning was in the plan, guys? Y'all can't stick to shit. But hey, don't listen to me. Listen to Tony Grossi. Listen to the biggest Shedeur hater in the Browns media. Y'all got him calling out the Browns. Yeah, I guess I'm just a crazy biased Shedeur fan. Y'all let me know how y'all feel below in the comments. Like the video if you like it, dislike if you don't. If you're here live, we just getting started. We just getting started. So stay locked in. Have a blessed day. Be great. Subscribe if you enjoy football content of all shapes, sizes, and forms and fashion. It's getting spooky. Hey man, we got a lot of people in here now. I see all y'all was held out. Y'all was held up by my guy. My guy G Bush. Shout out to G Bush, man. Y'all know when G Bush come through, man, he just moved the ocean. You know what I mean? He got G Bush got too much motion. He be you know what I'm saying? He be hogging up the audience. That's just how he get. I'm gonna get like that when one day I see you, G Bush. I'm gonna get like that. I'm gonna start snatching audiences. Nah, shout out to G Bush. I appreciate first what he does. I appreciate that y'all rock with both. Appreciate that y'all respect him and what he does. Y'all know I collab with him. I'm looking to collab again. I can't wait to go back on there and talk that talk. Hopefully we could talk after this Raiders situation. Hopefully everything goes good, everything goes crispy, and it's a lot better than what we saw last time. So I really appreciate y'all from leaving G Bush coming over here. It's really good stuff. Really, really good stuff. Now, what we're gonna do next is we're gonna listen to. We're not gonna do the Cam Newton thing because I feel like I'm sure you've heard what Cam Newton had to say. I'm sure you have. I gotta be honest with you. What we will do though is, I don't know if you know it, and I'm about to read the chat a little bit, make sure everybody's good. A good fair bit of ex-coaches, not ex, well, I guess some ex-coaches, yeah. They had some ex-coaches, we had some ex-players, specifically backup players. We had, obviously, Cam Newton. And again, I'm sure you've seen the Cam Newton video, so I don't want to bore you. I'd like to do something a little different, you feel me? So I don't want to bore you too much there. But y'all know Cam Newton was on Shedeur's side. I mean, y'all know how that go. y'all know how that go. Hey, just because he got silly hats don't mean he's a silly person. Even though I do think Cam is a little bit of a silly person, but we love Cam around here, man. We love Cam around here. This next part, we're gonna get into not necessarily a film breakdown, because that's gonna be for my members. For my members, I'm dropping. I finally decided, and because I told y'all I made that post, y'all was supposed to comment. Only 2 of y'all commented, which y'all wanted, so it delayed me a little bit. But y'all will get y'all's first batch of members content. Members, if y'all check, y'all just got a fresh batch of member content. I made some old videos that were unlisted. I don't use anymore. Those are for you. I'm about to go back and make a bunch of old videos that are unlisted available to my members. So if y'all want to do that, there's classic Colorado videos in there. There's, non-Shedeurs. There's all types of like throwback stuff in there. And then you're also going to get some all 22 from me. So shout out to all my members. If you want to see that, get locked in. We're also going to react just to the highlights like we talked about on stream. So both of those are going to be coming probably tomorrow. I got to be honest with you. It's going to be a late night. But let me read this chat for a second. Bruh, Sean King had me heated with them shots at Shedeur. I don't care what Sean King. I'm not here. Here's my thing. What we not gonna do is buy into the hatred, because y'all gotta understand, Shedeur Sanders has created an economy from what he does, what he says, and stuff like that. And I'm a part of it. Y'all know me. What's it called? But I'm very open about it. I tell y'all, hey, I'll make other football videos. Shedeur videos get the most views. I'm not mad at it. I know what's going on. I know what's happening, right? Some people, though, they want to pretend like they don't know what they're doing. Rex Ryan wants to pretend like him saying Shedeur's name, he don't know what was going on. Grossi is a whole vibe. He gives out headaches. Painful. Could be considered migraine-ish. I see that. Let me read a little bit of the chat here, and we're going to get into this next video. We finally here. 12. Appreciate it. Bridget, always here. Those who hate Shedeur have deeper issues. I'm gonna make Nisa don't get. I'm just making some more moderators now. I'm just gonna make some more moderators because I think having a few more. Dog says it's a tie between Grossi, Ryan, Lima, and Beer. You know what? I'm not even going. I wanted to make this video about Anthony Lima, but I've realized that he is such a troll, and some of y'all have already told me. I'm not doing, because he made a comment that pissed me off. He was like, Shedeur is such a likable guy. I just like messing with his audience. Like, that's not what it is, bro. Oh, Breer. Okay, is Breer a bigger hater? Okay. Trizzy says the switch up, and Trizzy, Trizzy, go ahead, man. Go ahead and become a moderator, Triz. Big Triz. Triz is always here. You know what I'm saying? But Trizzy was saying the switch up with Grossi is like one of those gold digger vids on YouTube, I swear. That's crazy. Odds Raiders game going to be sellout with 12 jerseys. It's going to be crazy. I think going to be crazy. I don't understand how he doesn't go crazy. So I added a few moderators there. I appreciate y'all for rocking and rolling with me. Brian Johnson says Bomani Jones is another hater. Yeah, Bomani Jones is a super hater. Bomani Jones likes to do this thing because he's like, and pardon me when I say this, when I say this word, I'm not saying it like other people say it. I know the actual definition, the original definition of the word woke. Whoa, don't say it. Scares people when I say it now. Y'all, they don't mess it up. He's like so woke that he has to be anti what everybody else wants to go against, right? So he knows people like Shedeur, so he has to find some intellectual way to be against Shedeur. Like Bomani, it went from I was annoyed with Bomani, and then I started to see, I see what you're doing. You're just trying to be so that like oh, but I'm actually smarter than all y'all. This is the real reason, Shedeur is actually a Nepo baby. That's why we all need to hate him. Like, I don't see y'all giving, and we will do a Cam Ward video tonight. I don't see y'all giving, some respect to Cam Ward. If y'all gonna shit on Shedeur, how about we uplift Cam? Can y'all do that? I've been doing that. Little old me with a big forehead. This Shedeur Glazer. I'm also a Cam Ward Glazer. What's happening? This is crazy. If anybody clips this out of context, it's real nasty. Anyway, yeah, there's a video. Looked like 3 guys. Yeah, there's a video like that. Did someone really rob Shedeur Sanders? Yes. Okay, let's get into that because let's this isn't gonna be a full video because I don't want to make a big deal about. Well, first off, it is a big deal. I don't want to make this give it more time, space, attention than it needs. Because at the end of the day, and I kind of talked about this, it was a tough situation. So I'm gonna let me read the chat for a second. He has so many haters, but it motivates him to be great. Did someone really rob him? We're gonna go over that. Yeah, there's a video look like 3 guys. Obviously, you already said that. Yeah, 200K from him. Yep. Cam Ward is a dog. Absolutely. What about Acho? He throws shade indirectly. Dr. Amy Rucker. You know ball. You know ball. Acho is another one. RG3 is another one. See, there's a hater like Tony Grossi, like Lima, like Breer, right? Or like Bomani Jones. But then you have someone like Acho who is like a slick hater. Again, who's trying to like get these intellectual takes off, right? And trying to be, bigger than really what it is. You feel me? So that is what that is. Sorry, I'm having a problem with my little situation. All right, cool. That's fire. Okay. So we will talk about the robbery. I just want to talk to y'all for a second. Cam Ward's a dog. Honestly, I think it's going to be a scandal when they catch them. He needs real security. Stealing from someone who gives back to your community is really grimy. They're using it for clout. On the right side, Citizen Sports says somebody from Brown staff gave them the drop. Man, I don't know about that. They know if they go against Shedeur, they'll get more feedback. Yes. I love me some Shedeur. That's a great name, by the way. But yeah, and I've talked about this. I'm gonna say this before we get into the robbery thing. I want y'all to know, like, my channel is a football channel. My intentions were never to make this a Shedeur channel, and it's not still a Shedeur channel. Yeah, y'all know I talk about this stuff. I just dropped a Giants video. Y'all go check it out, Brian Dayball. If you feel me. But I don't have any shame in making plenty of Shedeur content because I get on this mic and I look you in the eye, and that's you and me. Me and my audience have something special. I'm gonna tell you what's going on. Hey guys, y'all like Shedeur content. Y'all are locked in with Shedeur content. I would be dumb not to give y'all more Shedeur content. And by the way, y'all can go check my old videos. I was already making Shedeur content, so it's a win-win to me. He was just one of the topics I really enjoyed talking about, right? So, what do you call it? What do you call it? What am I talking about? That's what I was saying. And I've told my audience, I could be a Shedeur hater. And to be honest with you, I would get a bunch of attention still. Like, there's plenty of people who hate on Shedeur. They run the views up, they run their money up. And the best thing about being a Shedeur hater is that they expect you to talk about other stuff besides Shedeur because they hate Shedeur so much. You feel me? They only want you to talk about here and there. I like talking about Shedeur. So the fact I talk a little bit extra, I don't care. I'm going to just make more videos. I'm going to just grind. I'm going to work harder. I'm going to give the people what they want, and I'm going to do some more, too, on top of it. So that's just how I look at it. I think hatred is a very low bar, right? You know what I'm saying? And if you don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I have a real job, but that's not the point. Education, right? Informing and educating people. That's always going to be the top of what people are looking for. That's always going to be timeless, right? Hatred, it's hot for the moment and it's gone when they go. Because win, lose, or draw with Shedeur, y'all can go back and watch my videos. Y'all gonna see facts. Y'all gonna see stats. Y'all gonna see honest opinions about the whole situation. So it is what it is. Yes, you would get traction regardless. That's how much influence you get. Yes, that's true. I watch your content because it teaches me about football. Your Arch Manning takes make me watch. I liked your content on the spitter today. The spitter and Dayball. You're cooking. I appreciate you, C. Anders. I really do. It's Acho. Ocho is another person. Oh, I said Acho. Did I say Ocho is a big Shedeur supporter. I'm sorry. I might have said the wrong thing. Acho is the slick hater. Yeah. Spelled it wrong. 8-0. Oh, you're talking to him. Y'all ain't even talking to me. Y'all talking in the chat. Y'all ain't even talking to me. Houston, Texas. Hey, what's young? Is there a Houston, Texas fan in here? Hey, if you're a Houston, Texas fan in here, don't worry. We will be talking about Cam Ward versus my beautiful, glorious Texans. That we're going to talk about that. Don't you worry. No one's hating on him for clout, but a lot of those former players glaze him because of their relationship with Dion. V-Tonic, does that make any sense to you? Like, reread what you just said. You said people aren't hating him for clout, but people are glazing him for clout. Does that make any sense? I just explained to you. I can pull up. We ain't gonna do that because I don't like focusing on hate. But I can show you plenty of videos of people hating on Shedeur. They was getting their little views off, man. This was their Super Bowl. You feel me? So you're contradicting yourself, big dog. You gotta pick one. Acho is Nigerian. They will sell you. Okay, all right. We're getting to the diaspora. We gotta chill. I'm gonna talk to the chat again. Let me get this video off real quick though. And this isn't gonna be a video. I'm probably just gonna make this like a short. You know what I'm saying? If I even make it content. But I do want to talk about this. I do think it's important that we talk about this. Shedeur Sanders. Yes, sadly, after, I think what everybody can say is a very disappointing game. He came home and his real life was disappointing as well. The reports are that his house was broken into. Initially, the reports were that it was broken into and nothing had happened, right? Now, the new updates is that it was broken into while, and I want to point this out, it was broken into while he was playing. So while he was in the game, he got a surprise time to start. They broke into this man's house and stole $200,000 worth of stuff. Now, I think a lot of people are assuming that somebody took one of them APs, you feel me? Them APZs, one of them bust down, perfect timing joints. But here's the official media release. It says Medina County, Ohio, November 16, 2025, approximately 6:46 p.m., 3 suspects entered the residence of the Cleveland Browns football player Shedeur Sanders. Surveillance cameras in the residence were able to capture video footage of the suspects as they entered and exited different portions of the home. The suspects were wearing masks and gloves and can be seen exiting. The estimated that approximately $200,000 in property was stolen. The Medina County Sheriff's Office is currently investigating the incident. And shout out to the real Pac-Man. Apparently, he had the video. This is what it looked like right here. Oh, well, I guess it's not video. It's pictures in a video. So right here, and I want to point this out. And I don't want to be that guy. But I mean, never mind. Let's just keep it going. Okay. There is video. There is video. Time. Shout out Shedeur got the time on the background. This boy always grinding. What's up with him? So they got their mask on. They're doing a little thing. They kind of just chilling. I thought it was running in and running out, but they just kind of calm, cool, collective. Maybe they realized it was Shedeur's house. They was like, hold up. They said, did we mess up? Yeah, you can't steal from 12, man. The people ain't gonna like. I don't know how much of y'all, and I'll be watching them prison YouTube videos. But like if you hit a woman or something like that, I think it's the end of the video. If you like hit a woman or something like that, like you get in a special cell. And if you do other things I don't want to talk about that because of TOS. I don't even want to get into that. But if you do other stuff too, you do some bad stuff. If you get into jail, them people gonna treat you crazy. Well, if you mess with Shedeur Sanders, you gonna have some see you aunties knocking at your door, big homie. you gonna have to have some see you uncles holler at you. So you better hope they don't release. You better hope they don't release your identity, son, because I gotta be real with you. It ain't gonna be nice for you. it ain't gonna be good if them see you aunties get a hold of you. And you think I'm joking? We joking around. I'm deadly serious. Because I want y'all to know these are the comments under Shedeur Sanders' house getting robbed. So when people tell me, oh, Shedeur, there's no such thing. There's no Shedeur hate. People just glaze Shedeur all the time. No, dog, you're just a hater. And that's okay. Dog, it's okay to not like Shedeur. I do want to, can we all agree? If it's not your cup of tea, that's cool, man. Everything going to be all right. We going to be good. You know what I'm saying? But what we don't need to do is lie and say, oh, everybody's glazing Shedeur. Because just on a random whatever day, right? A random day. Here it is. Here were the comments under what's it called? Other posts. My man Unc Rods is back, and he's one of the more notorious Shedeur haters on Twitter. Obviously everybody liked this comment, right? You was killing them with this one. You was killing them, Rod, and he's a guy that likes to talk about, Shedeur's bad, XYZ. He likes to make fun of Shedeur fans, yada yada yada. A lot of these people like doing that, right? But again, this isn't after Shedeur played bad. This is after Shedeur got robbed. Kevin Stefanski was probably behind it, setting my dude up to fail. But again, this is what the Browns fans. These are the Browns fans that be constantly. They ain't never had a good quarterback, and every quarterback they have, they ship him off. This is how they treat the same man. And I'm gonna stress this. Tell me how many Cleveland Browns players were there at that local Ohio community, mostly black people, if we're going to talk about it. Their gas line exploded, major fire, hundreds of families displaced. I don't think it's hundreds of families, but hundreds of people displaced. Dozens of families displaced without a home. Guess who was there, if not a week, 2 weeks after it? Brought them free food, brought them taco stand. Create a little bit of happiness in this time. Before Shedeur was QB3, before he even got his chance to play, before any of that, he was giving back to the Cleveland community. And the Cleveland Browns fans treat him like dog shit. Not all of them. But these Twitter finger having Browns fans, these Monday morning quarterback evaluators that they get paid to evaluate quarterbacks. Yeah, that's why they tweet out their evaluations on Twitter. Yeah, appreciate it. I hope Elon Musk gives you your 15 cents for your 100 views, dog. I hope you're running it up. I hope you're really cashing it in right now. It was probably their GM trying to recoup the money they threw away on him. Incredible. Oh, well, this is a genuine one. This is a genuine. Sharon Jameson. This is a CU auntie that keeps it real. Nothing was stolen. They left him a Pop Warner playbook and some crayons. That's the Texas fan, which y'all, you giving Texas fans a bad name. T, this is why I gotta make fun of myself as a Texas fan, because we be popping up and shit like this. What the fuck? What are we doing? Nothing was stolen. They left him a Pop Warner playbook. No, there wasn't. That was just one of his passes that he threw yesterday. Man, no, theirs wasn't. Great grammar, man. Great grammar. No, theirs wasn't. That was just one of his passes that he threw yesterday. Oh, great. Hey, man gets robbed. Everybody joking, laughing, man. Everybody having a good time. Rough day for the Sanders family. The Pops team probably going to get smoked Saturday. Nice. Just the aunties trying to steal Shedeur's underwear. There you go. People making fun of people who support Shedeur. It makes sense. Thank goodness for him and his mom weren't there. Shout out to Bird. He got the Jay Fleazy PFP. We mess with Jay Fleazy. They made so much money and they don't have a 24-hour security monitoring system. They don't have a 24-hour security monitoring system. My nigga, this is the okay, cool. They didn't steal his skills. He never had any. Nice. Conveniently timed cushion from Gabriel. What? What? It was probably Josina Anderson getting in his bed. So again, somebody gets robbed. Somebody gets things stolen from them. Everything is jokes to y'all. But I mean, that's the internet. Look, I'm not freaking out. I just want y'all to know, because I have so many people who tell me, "Oh no, people don't hate Shedeur. People don't hate Shedeur. It's cool to call him trash when he has a bad game. I get that. That's the internet. Hey, it is what it is. Nuance, whatever. Cool. I'm not even mad at y'all. He played bad. Cool. The man got robbed. The man, and if he didn't get robbed, he got his stuff broken into. I'm gonna tell you 2 stories of me getting robbed. I told this. I think I told a little bit of it a few days ago, but I only told you one of the stories. I told you the oh my god, I just broke a keycap off. What in the so I've been not at no gunpoint or anything before anybody like freaks out. I say I was stolen from. I wasn't really robbed, but someone broke into my car before, and then somebody broke into my house when I was a kid. And to go from the kid winning, and the only reason why I'm gonna tell you this is because even if nothing was stolen, even if $200,000 worth of things weren't stolen, as a kid, I remember when that happened. First off, they took my iPod, they took my Xbox. I was very upset. It fucked my summer up. I was literally about to go on a trip, on my favorite rocket ship, and I couldn't do it. I didn't have my iPod. I didn't have my situation right. And I'm sorry, I'm kind of cussing a little bit too much. Y'all stop me from cussing. But what had happened was, they came in and actually came back from school when it happened. And it just, because obviously, parents were there, blah, blah, blah. So it wasn't like I was sleeping and somebody came in. But I remember coming in and it just didn't feel right. I was out, and luckily I was about to go on a trip. So again, I was about to be gone for most of the summer. But when I remember walking in there and, I was sad that my iPod was gone. I was sad that my Xbox was gone. But more importantly, I didn't feel right in the house. Like it was weird. I didn't like that feeling, right? So for Shedeur to just on the basis level of that. But I do want to point out that a lot of people who troll on the internet, they're 12 years old. They've never gone through anything. They've never been through those things. So I think that Shedeur, people who are fans of Shedeur, these are people who probably experienced life. They know how ugly it can get. They know what loss looks like, right? A lot of these little haters, they play Roblox all day, they play Madden all day, and they make Shaduki jokes like that. That's it. That's the highlight of their day, getting to make fun of Shedeur Sanders. That's their favorite thing of all time because they've never gone through nothing. They in the cushy hills. They doing whatever. They've never had any adversity in their life. And you know what? Because most people would be like, haha, you don't have any adversity. That's a blessing. I wish all you Shedeur haters that ain't never been through shit, and that's probably why you hate Shedeur. I hope and I wish that you understand that the same reason why we love Shedeur and want him to be better. Oh, he's a nepo. He's got all this money. Yeah. Matter of fact, yeah, he is. Matter of fact, yes, we want him to succeed. Yeah, matter of fact, we don't want him to go through more trials and tribulations. Matter of fact, yeah, with only adversity I want Shedeur to go through is on the football field. Is that it? And by the way, for you too, I don't want you to get robbed. I don't want anybody to go through some things like this. I want everybody to be able to sleep in a place where they feel safe. And this goes to the Shedeur haters. Forget Shedeur haters, the Tings haters. If you hate FB Tings, dog, I hope you go to sleep tonight and everything is safe and cool and collective. You wake up tomorrow, we can get back to arguing. I promise. Because that is my thing. There's trolling and then there's evil. There's haha, you're bad at football, and then you just got the sanctity of your home disrespected. You're probably not gonna feel the same no more in that house. They took shit from you. While you were trying to live out your dream, you had one of the worst days possible, one of the worst starts imaginable, or one of the worst halves imaginable, not having the reps, not being prepared, however you feel about it, going against one of the scariest blitzing defenses of all time, and them niggas was turning up the heat. Harbaugh sent them dogs at Shedeur, dog. And we're going to get into that too. But the first thing that's on your mind is getting a Shedeur joke on. Hey, I'm just happy that Shedeur is cool. I hope they didn't leave nothing in that house. I hope Shedeur was able to even go to sleep with peace of mind. Because I'm telling you, as somebody who got robbed as a kid, and I didn't even get the worst of it. It wasn't no gunpoint. It wasn't even that crazy. They just took the shit. They took my iPod. I didn't feel comfortable. My other instance of getting robbed is when I lived in Atlanta. You know what I mean? I know I live in Georgia. I'm not going to dox where I am. But I was in, if anybody knows, because as soon as I say it, y'all going to be like, damn. I lived in East Point. All right, everybody calm down. I did live in East Point at a time. I was, you know what I'm saying? I was hurting for the bread. I was on my grind. I was working. I feel like everybody's got to live in a bad place sometime. But look up East Point. That's right off, Young Thug be talking about Cleveland Ave. Yeah, it was, I took two rights and I was right on Cleveland Ave. But that's not the point. This one was on me. I'm a dummy. I left my car unlocked, right? And they just came in, opened the door. They took what they wanted. They closed that door. And I remember I came back. I was getting ready for work. And I was like, damn, I was late for work. And I looked. I was like, because I had a bag, like it was like you have like your work bag ready. I was like, oh, they took that, they took that. It had like extra, extra change of clothes, extra whatever, some snacks. The crazy part, it didn't even really have much in there. I had $150 glasses, in like your sunglasses holder, right? They didn't touch them. They just took my bag and went. I was like, oh dang, they got me. They got me. And I had a bag of candy in there. All the candy was spilled across the I had candy across my my Prindle, my gear shifter, my everything. That's what made me look. I was like, what? I was like, why I got Laffy Taffy everywhere? No, it was Skittles actually. It was like them little fun size Skittles. But yeah, man, it's not a funny manner to get like I said, robbed. It's not a funny manner to have somebody take something from you. It's not even about the physical thing being lost. It's about somebody disrespecting what you think is safe in a sanctuary, somewhere that you lay your head down, that you're at your most vulnerable. Hey, I'm going to sleep, I'm going to knock out, and then I'm going to wake back up. Hopefully I'm going to get out today. So I'm done talking about this. I hope we don't have to talk about this. Obviously, if there's an update, we'll talk about it. But other than that, it is what it is. It's a very, very bad situation for my guy, Shedeur. Now, do your thing, young brother. I'll ride with you and G. Hey, CB, appreciate you. Deontay, what's happening? He said, Atlanta, the only city I ever lived in where the hood is single family homes. You not lying. Okay, I'm going to give you a little bit of Tings lore. Can I give y'all some Tings lore? I got, if I'm being honest with you, because I definitely, is your thing DG sent people to rob anyone? You're the clown, not me, bud. Wait, what? Did I say that? Some of the best defense in the league. I'm a Ravens fan, and our defense is some of the worst in the league. Do you think a defense with Kyle Hamilton, Nate Wiggins, Malachi Starks, Roquan Smith, you think that's one of the oh man, oh god, if you think DG sent people to rob anyone, when did I say that? Hey, when did I say DG? See, and this is what I mean by Shedeur haters. Maybe you're just a Tings hater. Y'all just be making stuff up. Y'all can hate me and my takes. Y'all can hate Shedeur. Y'all ain't gotta make stuff up. I promise you. I say enough stupid shit for y'all to just make fun of. Y'all ain't gotta. Y'all don't have to say, well, if you think, dog. Come on, man. Not the fun size Skittles. They did go one too far. Man, I lost $100. Shout out to C. Anderson. I had a diamond ring stolen by a friend, and it's a violation of safety. It's a violation of peace for sure. They fighting in the chat teams. They're fighting. Oh, okay. Oh, well, y'all go fight somewhere else, man. Come on, we trying to keep it positive around here. Deontay, Cleveland Ave. Yeah, Ola, it is called Cleveland Ave. This year has been truly harsh to Shedeur Sanders and his family, but nothing stays in forever. What's it called? Oh, y'all really getting after it in the comments on the vertical stream. They going crazy in the vertical stream chat. Let me say this, because you made a great comment. Was it Bio Luwadif? I don't know why they put the X. It makes me hard to say it. Let me know what you want me to call you. But shout out to you, Deontay. Shout out to you, CB, again for the 999. Thank you so much. Ride with me and G. G goes crazy. You know what he do. Everybody know what he do. My boss just texted me, said I got to ease up on the profanity. So I'm gonna scale it back. But I'm gonna give you a little bit of Tings lore. But before I give you before I give you the Tings lore, what I wanted to tell you is you made a great point. You said it's been an awful year. A lot of people, and again, because people aren't consistent. When people set narratives, they set them. When somebody has an agenda or a narrative, they're banking on you not knowing all the information, right? That's the beauty of having a narrative, an agenda, is that you can present this to somebody who is looking for the information. Oh, I've never heard of the Shedeur, blah, blah, blah. Oh, this happened, that happened, this happened. So when someone like Peter Schrager, right? When someone like Anthony Lima, right? When someone like, I think even Darrell Reuter has kind of, Sorry. Oh my goodness. Sorry. I was being attacked. When people parrot this idea that, actually, because remember, some people try to say, Shedeur dropped because he's bad at football. Other people say, actually, Shedeur's fall in the draft actually had to do with him not having traditional what's it called? Age. Oh, Brett Collerman. That's who said a traditional agent. And what made me very upset, and this is the disingenuous part, is they're acting like they don't know who was representing Shedeur Sanders. So Brett Collerman, when you went and you made that, and I made a video about that. It was back in the Ravens Eagles. Obviously, when that reported came out, hey, I don't want to be a part of the Ravens, yada yada yada. Hey, Dion confirmed it too. Hey, I handed in the video when he's talking to him, it was in New Heights. He says, hey, I handed the phone to Shedeur so he can have that conversation, make the decision. Did y'all not forget that Deion Sanders was his agent? And it's going to get back to the point. Deion Sanders was the agent. So when y'all say, oh, the pre-draft process was bad because of the agent, no, finish it. Or you're just being disingenuous. His agent was Deion Sanders. Y'all don't want to say that. I wonder why. I wonder why y'all don't want to point out that his agent was Deion Sanders. That's who was representing him. He again, Deion Sanders even talked about it in the Raiders thing. He didn't directly say it, but first off, we already know that because he's talked about it. But the man who got the call was Deion Sanders. That's how agents. That's how it works. The agent gets the call from the team first. Okay, boom, here you go. Hey, I'm about to get you linked up with whatever, or they have a direct number to the player through the agent or whatever. XYZ. Do y'all care to remember what Deion Sanders was doing around draft time? Anybody care to remember what Deion Sanders was battling through in around the April months? Does anybody care to remember that? So interesting how he was a consensus first round pick, and all of a sudden, as we got closer to the draft, things got leaked. People start saying stuff. Oh well, Shedeur's not a top pick. And that all coincided with Deion Sanders. Oh yeah, Trizzy, you a big mod. I appreciate you. Deion Sanders was battling cancer. Thank you. By his life. Dealing with cancer, because you brought up the point, and I know you would know. Shedeur Sanders' agent, his father, had a silent battle with cancer through those months. And I know some people might say, hey, well, it was this month when he got the surgery. Well, I don't know if y'all know how cancer works. It doesn't... You don't just randomly start dealing with it. He was dealing with it probably the entire offseason, probably all those different hospital visits. It slowly grows in your body. It's so funny that people don't want to put those... Now, Deion's not going to come out and say that. Shedeur didn't even know that. Right? So, it's... Yeah, and yeah, again, Dr. Amy Rucker, y'all remember the whole thing about Shiloh saying, oh, I need a new agent, blah, blah, blah. Actually, he didn't get a new agent. It was still Deion. It was still his dad. That was just a joke they made. Because I thought he actually did get a new agent, but then I looked into it. I was like, oh, no, it's still Deion. So, I'm sure they I think they use different agents like almost as like resources to reach out to people sometimes, but Deion is the agent. That was very well known, very well documented. So when y'all talk about, oh well, he didn't have traditional representation, can just say his dad was his agent, ex-NFL great, Hall of Famer. But if y'all say that, then it sounds like what people were initially saying was, are people punishing Shedeur for what Deion did? Are people punishing Shedeur because Deion has so much power and cachet in the world of football? That because he's a head coach and he could possibly take somebody's job? Nah, that's probably not it. It's probably not it at all, right? It is what it is. It is what it is. Let me talk to the chat for a second. We're going to get into I'm going to call this video the good, the bad, and the Shedeur Sanders good, bad, and ugly. That's what we're going to talk about it. His fall in the draft had nothing to do with his actions. Hey, man. Say, man. Don Adams says, surgery was in May. Shedeur was on his way to Cleveland. Man, that's crazy. That is crazy. Shedeur is a great player. The reason he fell in the draft was what he said to Brian Daboll and things like that. Well, Brian Daboll is unemployed. Also, Deion thinking he's above the NFL for saying these are the teams he won't play for Shedeur. See, SV talk. See, and that's I appreciate somebody who exposes themselves. And I'm not saying this in a bad way, but you just said it. You just said it. The reason he fell in the draft was Brian Daboll, or not Brian Daboll, because we've already showed you that Brian Daboll's a liar. So that's tough. That's tough. They leak us all about Brian Daboll too. So, but then you said, hey, should Deion thinking he's above the NFL? He's a Hall of Famer. Like, what? At what point do I not? In that the verbiage, he thinks he's above. No, he doesn't think he's above. He thinks that he's given to this game, not only on the field but off the field as an announcer. Y'all forget about that. Y'all forget that Deion was in NFL Network, right, doing NFL media and stuff of that nature. So he's given to the NFL as one of the greatest athletes. He's given his body, his toes, the blood clots to the NFL, so much that he's been recognized as a Hall of Famer. Then gives his word to it, becomes Leon Sandcastle. Y'all think I'm just a normal Shedeur fan? I know I look young. No, I know who Leon Sandcastle is. I remember those draft ads. I remember him being at the draft and being the announcer and being the guy who talks to people as they walked across the stage. I don't know what you call that. I guess MC or whatever. So no, he doesn't think, or I'm not going to speak for him. I don't think he thinks he's above the NFL, but I do think he thinks that he should have some say in the NFL. And if the NFL disagrees with that, I think there's a problem with the NFL. I think there's a problem with not wanting to have somebody like that have some say. I mean, shit, all he did was be one of the greatest players at his position. That's all he did. Win multiple Super Bowls. Give back to local I mean, the least he can say is, please don't go to this team. Is that too much to ask? If it is, what do I need to do to get some influence around this motherfucker? Like, what shit, I ain't, god dang, you know what I mean? Deion being a Hall of Famer doesn't give him the right to pick which team he will let Shedeur play for, which not. Well, clearly the NFL thinks that. I don't think that. And that's why everybody has their own opinions, baby. That's the beauty thing about it. Trizzy says, Deion did what any parent would do. They want their child to be stressed about anything. I'm a dad myself, and I would do the same thing. First off, Trizzy, shout out to you. Shout out to you being a dad. That's a beautiful thing. Dads are beautiful people. But yeah. If you a dad, if you a parent, yeah, man, you should get into your nepotism bag. I get mad at parents for not getting in their nepotism bag. I'm sorry about it. What did I work for? Why did I put this pain in? And I'm not talking about you got to give him everything. Deion has not given Shedeur everything. He's given him some opportunities. I think that is all you can ask for. Hey, just put me in front of some people. And hey guys, I don't know if y'all know this, but if you have a real job, that's what real jobs are. Real jobs are connections. How I got my job, because I knew a guy who knew a guy who knew a guy. If I told y'all my actual job, y'all be like, what the like what? You do that? Yeah. And I'll be like, yeah. And I love my job. I'll be complaining about it. Everybody complains about their job. But my job is so unique, and I'm so blessed that I can work when I can work, and then come yell at y'all at mics. Like, my job allows me to have this sort of freedom, right? And that's what I value a lot, is freedom. Especially being able to work, still be able to provide, and, you know what I'm saying, do what I do. So it just boggles me that we try to act like nepotism, like only form of nepotism, like if you know him and it's nepotism, it's bad. Dog, the best work, try to go on Indeed and get a job right now. I dare you. Go ahead and go on Indeed, go on LinkedIn, tell me if you're gonna get a job. You ever heard of your network is your net worth? I don't mean to be corny, but that's the name of the game, baby. That's the name of the game. You better be talking to your rich friend to get you a nice job. That's how the game is played. But it is what it is. Deontay said, if Peyton and Eli bum-ass father could pull rank on Eli, why the F couldn't the greatest cornerback do so? That right there. And in no disrespect to, I think his name's Archie. What's I forgot the big Manning, the older Manning. He was in his own rights a legendary player in the league. He wasn't no Deion Sanders, dog. Like he wasn't no Deion Sanders. Like, if he can do that, why can't I do that? You feel me? Well-off media, the oldest daughter has an agent company. Boom, there you go. And he was a sports analyst for many years. This man has way more experience than not. Thank you, Manning can do it, but Sanders can. Hey, man, Tings is fed up tonight. I do be getting fed up from time to time, man. Nisa. Nisa. Hey, there you go. Manning. Caleb Williams' father. Roma Dunze's father. OBJ's father. Hey, Dion, y'all better hope Dion don't put no film together. Stop cussing. My fault. Anderson, you're right. You're my fault. Wait, did I cuss right there? I think it just slipped out. My fault. Remember to curtail the cursing. Personally, I like some curse words in my viewing. Okay. It's a parent's duty. My fault. Arnie. Okay. Hey man, let's chill on the bickering back and forth in the vertical chat, man. I know the horizontal chat, everybody just chilling, everybody just vibing, everybody's like, hey yeah, everybody they talking back to each other. I see Deontay and Trizzy, they be like, hey, I see you. The vertical chat, they fighting wars over there, man. Y'all gotta chill out. Nisa, do what you need to do, all right? Nisa, do what you need to do. But yeah, Caleb Williams' father, Roma Dunze's father, OBJ's father. I mean, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. So, Shedeur look good. Okay. Trill says Shedeur look good. You know, I've been doing a lot of yapping. So let's talk about if Shedeur looked good and looked bad, right? Let's get into it. And then I'm going to talk to the chat again, right? We all know what happened on Sunday. Shedeur Sanders was thrown into a situation, whether you think it's right, wrong, left, or right. The results are the results. And I gave it a day. I gave it 2 days. I let people get some takes off, get some things. And there's a lot of hate out there. There's a lot of people who are crowning Shedeur as an awful quarterback. But I wanted to wait just a little bit longer because I knew there was going to be not just positive, but reality, right? The reality is, look, Shedeur didn't have a great day at the office. But if you're going to look me in the eye and tell me that it was all on him, that he failed this team, maybe you haven't been watching football long enough, and you damn sure haven't been watching Browns football long enough, right? So we're going to listen to a few things. We got Chase Daniel, and this was like the backup quarterbacks united and came together and kind of talked about the whole rep situation, right? Obviously, we've been talking about how he didn't have the first team reps. Some of the backup quarterbacks disagree, but also Chase Daniels is going to, again, I don't know nothing about nothing. I'm a big four-headed dude. The former NFL player is going to walk through some of these plays and tell you what Shedeur could have done better or what could have been done better as well. We check in with Coach every single time, every week for Dylan Gabriel. We got to do with Shedeur. We'll see what he has to say about it. And don't worry, this is not about Anthony Lima. This is former NFL quarterback, former Browns quarterback, Brian Hoyer, speaking on the reps. Let's start right here. You know what I'm saying? Everybody had a lot to say about reps and who should get reps and why should get reps. This is a man who has been a backup, who's been a starter, and who's been with the Browns organization. How does he feel about the situation?
Yeah, I can see a little bit of the comparison. The only difference is, I was a veteran. Johnny was a rookie. You got two rookies there now. And I was listening to you guys yesterday, today, just to get the pulse, check in on you guys. And the one thing I would say is when the Browns trade Joe Flacco, and look, I know it wasn't going well and you got to get these young guys. You now have two guys this is their first time going through the NFL, and they don't have anyone to lean on, right? And so this isn't a situation where Joe Flacco's the starting quarterback as a veteran, which allows a rookie backup to maybe get some more reps in practice, right? Joe Flacco's 41. He doesn't need every single rep. So whoever that rookie backup is going to get a little more practice time. I think the biggest thing that I'm taking away from all of this is I'm kind of shocked people don't understand how NFL practices are run and reps are given out, because there is no ones and twos once you get to the regular season, right? There is in training camp. But when you get to the regular season, all the reps go to the starters. And then what happens is, depending on the position, particularly linemen, because they don't want to give them every single rep, the swing guard or the swing tackle may sub in for 2 or 3 plays in a 12-play period. But this isn't college where you have 100 and some guys on a team. Like, you can only practice so much. And to give extra reps to a backup quarterback is kind of, when you think about it, like you're kind of not putting your eggs in the basket of what you think is going to win. And I've lived that in many different scenarios. And so the one thing I would say is people just need to calm down, okay? every scenario is different. Every place I've been, there's been times when I was young and I backed up Tom Brady, I got 0 reps. And you would say, well, that's kind of irresponsible. But the reality is, if they even tried to send me in for a rep, Tom would shoo me out of the huddle. He wanted every single rep. Now, when I came back for my second stint, there were days on Wednesday and Thursday where Tom needed to recover, get treatment. I would take the entire practice, and not just the offense. I would do the offense, and then I would go do the scout team. And it was great for me. Other places, when I backed up Mac Jones, I got 0 reps. He was a rookie quarterback. He needed every single rep. When I went out to Indianapolis with Jacoby Brissett, he took every single rep. And so it goes and it varies by place to place and situation by situation.
So, you know, I appreciate Brian Hoyer. Again, he's been, you know, a part of the Browns before. He's done some things, right? And what I want to say is, you know, again, these are quarterbacks. I'm not going to argue what they know, what they don't know. We're also going to get into Chase Daniel because Luke McCowan speaks about it. They all have a similar sentiment. And the sentiment has, from what I can surmise, is not getting first-team reps as a backup is not common, right? Not getting first-team reps as a backup is common, right? That's all cool. That's fine. I think we can all accept that. However, the issue, and Daniel brought this up, because here's what Brian Hoyer, and he said it, not me. Remember, the NFL coach said that different situations are different. Okay? In those situations he described, and again, at this point, Brian Hoyer was a vet, so it's different when he went to his second team. He had already played, he had already started, he already had reps. So you taking mental reps as someone who's already played and been a starter is different than Shedeur Sanders, someone who hasn't taken 1 reps since he got drafted, right? So as the big-headed, don't know nothing, never played in the NFL, I'm gonna have to concede to the backup quarterbacks, the backup quarterback allegiant. They told us, hey, you're a backup quarterback, you don't get reps. I'm gonna concede that point. Cool. What I'm not gonna concede, because Brian Hoyer, you gave me the ammo, is that situations are situational. Okay? And shout out to Kevin Stefanski. I know this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Kevin Stefanski for providing Shedeur with the Hungry Dogs period. I know Shedeur talked about that in his interview as well. But there's nothing that's going to replicate first team reps, not just first team reps, but being thrown in the fire like he was put in. And Chase Daniel was going to get into this. And again, we don't have to read this. They all said the same thing. They all said, hey, it would have been nice to get Shedeur reps. However, it's not common for the backup to get reps. But again, guess who did get reps as the backup? Dillon Gabriel. Dillon Gabriel got first team reps when Joe Flacco was there. Dillon Gabriel had gotten first team reps since the preseason. Okay? So and this is where it gets into the dishonest conversation, the disingenuous conversation, you Shedeur fans are so delusional. Nobody said Shedeur Sanders needs to have equal reps as Dillon Gabriel. I haven't heard that. Y'all know I'm a Shedeur Glazer. I have real Shedeur fans. And Deontay says, go find the clip of Debo and Joe Hayden. They said the opposite, and it's common for backups to get reps. Here's what I don't want to do. I don't want to get too many of those because what I want to do is go to coach. So I feel you, Deontay. You make a good point, and I'm gonna get there. But you're gonna see. We're gonna walk this dog. We're gonna walk this dog. But I know what clip you're talking about. And Debo and them, they be copyrighted. So I gotta be careful too. So. But yes, Debo did say the exact opposite. However, right? So if the situations are going to be situational, if Dillon Gabriel already had first team reps, if all that's it, we're just saying, hey, Kevin Stefanski, if you believe, Brian Hoyer, if you believe, Chase Daniel, if everybody believes and everybody's in agreement that a one quarterback gets most of the reps, if not all the reps, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. But now, if you have 2 rookies at your 1 and 2, how many people tell me how many teams have 2 rookie quarterbacks as 1 and 2? Don't worry, I'll wait. Go ahead. How many teams have rookie quarterbacks as 1 and 2? Brian Hoyer, how many teams have you been on where you were a rookie quarterback backing up a rookie quarterback? Thank you, C. Anderson. I'm gonna read that too. Oh, 0. This is unheard of. Except for what was that? I don't think Kirk Cousins was a rookie, but he was a young player. Kirk Cousins to RG3. Wait. Didn't that? I think that's the last time I can remember 2 rookie quarterbacks being 1 and 2. Somebody correct me. Somebody correct me. No, nothing. Yep, and Cody Kessler has said some positive things too as well about the situation. Shout out to the live chat. And this is what I'm gonna do to close out, because I have wonderful people in my live chat. They're basically pointing out there's other videos of people going against what Chase Daniel said, going against what Brian Hoyer said, going against. I chose Brian Hoyer because he played for the Browns. I thought it would be the most adept. But the consensus is situations are situational. That's it. That different situations call for different things. When it was Joe Flacco and Dylan Gabriel, hey, Joe Flacco's older. He's a vet. He hadn't been taking first-team reps, so he probably doesn't need as many first-team reps. Why not get Dylan Gabriel ready? Why not make sure he's ready so when he takes over the reins, he's ready to rock and roll? I'm cool there. Everybody's cool? Cool. So when you trade Kenny Pickett, when you trade Joe Flacco, when you know you have a 1 and 2 and the rookie quarter starter, he needs as many first-team reps as possible. Well, yeah, that's why you were giving him first-team reps when Joe Flacco was the starter. That's why you were giving him first-team reps when Kenny Pickett was on the roster. Again, and that goes back to something I said, because I'm recording this in a live stream, early in the stream, that the Browns just never had a plan at quarterback. They just never had a consistent plan. That's really that. That's my issue. My issue is not that I think Shedeur was set up for failure. I think any quarterback that plays for Kevin Stefanski and the Browns offense is doomed to fail. Now we're gonna see what Shedeur can do, because I trust in 12 we trust. But there has never been a quarterback that plays for the Browns that looks good. Even Deshaun Watson playing at MVP levels before going to the Browns, and obviously some other things happen. We ain't got to get into it. But he goes to the Browns and he forgets how to play football. Joe Flacco goes up the road and he can sling it to anybody that's moving. I'm not here to tell you that Shedeur was done wrong. I'm here to tell you that the Browns don't have a good plan offensively. That's what I'm here to tell you. I'm here to tell you that from all the backup quarterback said, they could have had a better plan if 2 rookies are starting, and if Dylan Gabriel's helmet comes off. Again, I don't know how many of y'all watch football. Talking to the haters, not my audience. I know y'all locked in. I don't know how many of y'all watch football, but if your helmet comes off, you have to come off a play. So forget the worst case scenario, which Dylan Gabriel got concussed. I hope he does great. I hope he recovers great. We messes with Dylan Gabriel around, yeah. But not even the worst case scenario. The slightest case scenario, Dylan Gabriel's helmet pops off. Shedeur has to go in there. He's got to set the coverages. He's got to say a cadence. He's got to do those things. So you don't want him to get at least a little bit, again, when he became the 2, not when he became the 3. I'm not talking about when he became the 2 and make sure they get equal. I ain't saying that. Nobody's saying that. I'm saying the center said, this is my first time hearing his cadence. And we're going to get deeper into it because there's a few things on that interception that also showed, well, that might be more of a chemistry thing than less of a Shedeur just being bad. But again, that would require you to break film down and watch football. Something that some of y'all don't want to do. Y'all just want to get your hot takes off. What did former coach Jay Gruden have to say? Let's hear.
I want to know how you feel. What did you see from Shedeur's debut?
We're going to listen to a little bit of it.
First of all, I'm not in the excuse business. I don't want to hear anybody say, he didn't get any reps. They don't know the snap count. That's pro football. That's the way it's got to be sometimes. That's just the way it is. All right?
There you go.
This isn't a movie. This isn't Rudy. We're not going to carry it off on our shoulders. All right? You got to go out and perform. I don't think Shedeur, I don't think Dion, they don't want your excuses for their kid. They don't need them.
Yeah.
That being said, he had 3 really bad plays out of the whole game. And not really, really bad. The first one was on a naked pin where he didn't stretch the defense and he threw it right now, and Kyle Hamilton almost picked it. Remember that? That was a bad play. That's easily coached. You got to get more width and depth, stretch the defense, look for your low cross, and get to the late down flat late. It's called late down flat for lazy. We get to it late. Do it too early. Next one's on the pick. He had pressure on his face. We'll talk about pressure later on. He should have taken the immediate quick out in the flat instead of trying to push it to Jerry Jeudy. I saw what he saw. The corner had his shoulders open. He thought Jeudy would cross face. Jerry fell down or did something. A terrible route by Jerry. Sat down. I don't know what the hell he's doing. That's an honest mistake. But, however, if you're coaching a quarterback, you say it's 3rd down and 10. You don't have to force it to the deeper throw all the time. Let your receivers underneath make a play, get the first down.
Yeah.
And then the last one was 3rd and 10 at the end of the game. They had an out route and a go route. Jerry Judy's wide open on the out route. He's trying to throw the go ball to the Gabe Lavardian. He's 5'8".
My guy,
you got to know your
Gage,
matchups,
man.
right? We're not going to throw a go ball to a 5'8" receiver.
Yeah,
He's probably throw it to him in scout team, and that's his boy. Let's give him a shot.
That's
Take
his guy.
the out route. Let's move
That's
the
his
chains.
guy.
Was the accuracy of the ball good, though? Did he
That was a good ball. That was a good ball. But
Yeah,
we're not throwing it to Gabe Lavardian on 3rd and 10 with
Don't
the game on the line.
disrespect my man Lavardian either.
Let's throw the out route for the completion and move the chains. All right, that's 3.
Why was Gage Lavardian in the game to start with? That's like we couldn't.
Let's not throw the ball.
He's an undrafted rookie, okay?
But still, it was a good ball.
He get a check on Wednesdays too, so okay.
I got.
He's in the league. He's in the NFL.
But that being said, that's only 3. He was in 3rd and 8th of 10 at least 8 times. That's not good for a young quarterback. The pass protection was awful. He had no chance on 85% of the play. He had no chance. He had a good scramble for a first down. He had another good scramble. He did some good things. The second play of the game where he threw the check down, the over the ball for a gain of 8, they ran the same exact. This is why reps matter. Ran the same exact play later on with a dagger and a post over the top. He rips the dagger for a gain of 22 yards.
He did.
You know,
to Big Bad Harold Fannin. So again, this is why I don't want to. And there's I think it's a biblical thing, but I'm about to get real weird on y'all, but. I think it's either biblical or it's a philosophy thing, and I forgot where it's from. But basically, it's when they go fast, you go slow. When they go slow, you go fast. When you see everybody rushing, oh, Shedeur's bad. This is this. I'm gonna make it good. I sat back. I talked about what I saw. I made a little video about his post conference. Hey, we love Shedeur. Even today's video, it was just about what the other NFL players were talking about. Okay, cool. You give it 2 days, and you have a former head coach who blatantly told you, I mean, he had 3 bad plays. And then on one of the bad plays, and we're going to get into that, his interception, Jerry Jeudy just stopped his route. Jerry Jeudy was running a corner, and he sat the corner down. And again, that almost picked by Kyle. That's just bad, sure. Like, we gotta agree that's just bad. But I mean, and this was my, again, dude who's played no NFL. I'm just a big foreheaded dude that yells in the mics, right? I was like, man, it definitely looked like he's getting better with reps. It's definitely looking like he's making better decisions. He didn't. I don't know if y'all know. Hey, first few reps, he was doing that thing in college. He was running out the back of the pocket. He was running around. Y'all saw him do that again after that other sack? Nope. In fact, he got an intentional grounding because he wanted to get the ball out. But that's in a one game, not even a full game, 1/2 sample size where he got better and better and better and better. So it's easy just to say the sky's falling. The sky's falling, the wind's coming. Sorry, what's that, Kendrick Lamar? Section 80. But it's another thing to tell the full truth. And the full picture is that Shedeur Sanders has talent. It's apparent that he has talent. People like Coach Jay Gruden, they can see it. Again, don't listen to me. Please don't listen to me. I'm a big, stupid dummy who yells into mics. But when the former NFL players are talking, I hope you open your ears. I hope you ingest everything. I hope, because I know for the first few days, hey, man, Twitter was tough for me. I couldn't even open Twitter, man. It was just, and this is why Shedeur Sanders was a 5th round pick. Y'all ain't going to talk about the rotation at offensive tackle. Y'all ain't going to talk about how both of the offensive tackles went out in that same game. Y'all ain't going to talk about that? Okay. Y'all ain't going to talk about, and we love Gage around here. We love Gage. y'all ain't going to talk about the fact that Gage was the most comfortable receiver that he had out there. Jerry Jeudy has been doing a lot of dropping, and not only dropping, but he just, again, if you watch the football, he sat a route down and probably made Shedeur hesitant to even throw to him again because he can't even trust his body language because he likes to throw with anticipation. Nah, but again, that would require you to watch football. That would require you to open your ears. So let's hear something from our man Chase Daniels, man. And he's going to go right to the pick.
I don't think the offensive line played very well. I
right
don't
off the
think
bat.
that the entire team played well. There were some drops, and I just don't think he was ready, and that's completely fine and normal.
Yeah, I mean, and that there you go. We've been saying it. I've been saying that I feel bad for Dylan Gabriel. Don't y'all can't come at me and say, "Oh, but what about Dylan Gabriel?" Go watch the videos. I said, somebody pray for Dylan Gabriel. He shouldn't be in this. No quarterback should be in this situation. But let's hear it.
Normal, because he gets 0 reps with the first team. This is crazy. 3rd and 10.
My
they're bringing
God.
all sorts of.
Did you see Kyle Hamilton smoke? Whoever said that the Baltimore defense is bad, you are disrespecting Kyle Hamilton. Kyle Hamilton can play every position on the football field. He's a psychopath.
Pressure. There's so many things wrong here, and a lot of it does not have to do with Shedeur. 75 should eat him. 34 should be on Kyle Van Noy. You should never allow this to happen. Right down the middle, right? Here's another thing, too. There's 3 offensive linemen to block a D tackle. There's 2 offensive linemen, a tight end, and a running back to block 3 Ravens. The biggest thing for backup quarterback.
So, and I want to stress on this because a lot of, Monday morning coaches, because people tweeted this picture out and people's immediate response was, well, Shedeur set the protection wrong. And it was funny because, because Chase Daniel, the quarterback who got paid to play quarterback, is saying, oh, that's not Shedeur's fault. Because if and again, I really think some of y'all are just disingenuous when y'all try to do these things. There are core fundamentals of football. There are core fundamental rules of football. One of them from the offensive line is interior threat first. So even if he slid the protection right, and this again, some of y'all don't watch football. If he slid the protection right, he should be hot right here. If the protection is sliding right and hey, Shedeur messed this up and there's too many people over here, the protection should be sliding right. That means Teller, and look, let's back it up again. Let's back it up. I want to show y'all something. Right? Because he backs it up and goes back again. Right here, like he has pointed out, you immediate in his gap right now. If I'm Shedeur Sanders and I slid the protection in the wrong direction, because the center is going to his right, so I have to assume the protection was slid to his right. Guess what that means, 75? That means you need to go right too. And forget going right, you need to get your immediate pressure. Now, 72 is a tackle, right? 72 is a tackle, so he's looking out here on the outside. What probably should have happened is 75 here. I think that's Batonio. I think a 75 here, and it should be 72 here, right? And well, idealistically, 72 should get this wider edge or crash in this way where here 72's here, he's helping, right? And then you have help with the running back. But that's not what happened. I didn't say that. Chase Daniel said that. If I'm sliding right or the wrong direction, because this is what the people on Twitter said. He set the protection. Well, if he set the protection, they didn't listen. They didn't listen. And then on top of that, I told y'all this immediately. And the term hot means you're outnumbered on one side. You're hot. You have somebody, a free rusher. It can come internally. It typically comes from the edge because one of the core fundamentals of offensive lineman is immediate gap. Immediate gap on my right arm. You have to, and another thing is you have to help your interior lineman. And when I say help, you look at 72's right arm. You see how he extends it out here? He's guiding and giving help to his interior player. 75 needs to be feeling this interior right here. But he's so focused on that rusher, he just gets worked. And now they're double teaming because this is a stunt. And that is why he needs to stay tight to 75. He jumps out here expecting an edge rush. It doesn't happen. He tries to chase the stunt. And now you got Jerome Ford praying for life. And again, numbers are everything. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You got the numbers. If y'all could just put a hat on a hat and use the numbers, if y'all could let 75 romp, hey, you should feel this stunt. You know that Kyle Hamilton is gone. You didn't want to block him anyway. You need to be back in this gap, left guard, right? Not letting him come clean through. So I'm not here to make excuses. I'm here to teach y'all about football. I'm here to tell y'all the full picture of football, and it's an ugly ass picture. And for the people who say, well, Dylan Gabriel had this line, first off, he didn't. Both the offensive tackles were hurt. Second off, I've been praying for Dylan Gabriel, yo. That's why they had him out there, because he was more mobile. Maybe he can make up for the terrible offensive line. Now, I want to get to this pick. I want to get to this pick because I think he does a really good job explaining
He should not throw this. He should throw the flat route, and you cannot throw interceptions.
That's what Coach said, right?
Look how many people are up, right? Another 3rd and forever. By
the way, dog, they were heating his ass up. Like, I don't know. Again, I don't know how much football y'all know. So y'all often hear me talk about mugging the lineup. You're gonna hear announcers say that. Mugging obviously just means that these 2nd level, 3rd level Kyle Hamilton defenders are up on the offensive line. What that's supposed to do, if you've ever played Madden, you see it working glitch and nano blitzes if you play Madden. But what it's forcing you to do, just like I was talking about over here, it's messing up your man, right? You ever hear the term set the will, right? The will sets the protection, or not set the will, set the mic, right? Your mic, it sets the protection. What that means is how the offensive line is going to count, right? We're going to start with the mic. The mic doesn't have to be a mic linebacker. The mic could be Kyle Hamilton in the center of the defense, right? He's going to be the mic. We are going to count from him. And 1, 2, 3, hey. So, you ever see when the offensive line, they're tapping on each other, they're like, and they're pointing here, hey, here. And then you'll see somebody will back up and they say, hey, check that. Hey, here. Hey, my number 1 is now here. Hey, I'm going to work right here, actually. Oh, that linebacker's walked down. Okay, well, I have immediate pressure on me. Hey, I'm one-on-one right. That's what they're doing. They're talking to each other. Hey, this is what I got. Boom. When you have a mug situation like this, and really it's pretty smart by Baltimore. The reason that they do it, and this is going to get a little technical, is because obviously they like tight end sets and they like these H-back sets. So it gives them a way to match these super tight condensed formations, because if they play this off instead of being mugged up, it's hypothetically, if they have like a zone drop or if they have a man drop, it gives them better leverage to kind of attack that. But also it messes up the protection. It gives you a lot to think about. It's supposed to mess with the quarterback and how he sets the protection. Okay, cool. Go ahead.
All right, what are they doing? Are they blitzing? Are they not? Now it's a pick stunt and it's an interception, right? It's just people. Look, I get it. Shedeur should not have thrown this. He should have thrown this flat route. I'm just going to be honest with you right there. Throw the flat route. Okay. It's open. Also, this receiver, I'm just going to run it one more time. He's supposed to go out. He doesn't go out. Shedeur is trusting him to go out. The route concept's pretty easy. You want to get on the outside. You never want to lose leverage on the inside. And then you're going to come up here and go in. So you got this and this. It's as simple as that. 1 to 2. First of all, receiver cross face. Like, Shedeur should not have thrown this. Make no doubt about it. However, you're sort of trusting that you're going to get picked up and you are not going to be able to throw this interception.
So
he should not.
So, hey, we all agree interception was really bad. Hey, don't do it, Shedeur, XYZ. But to point out a few things, not only is, and go back, we were talking about this, everybody's mugged up. This is, I don't know if you can see all the way on the right side. That's a safety. I think that's Nate Wiggins out there. A safety, a cornerback. I think that's Nate Wiggins out there. So watch what happens. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people. So 7 people in immediate danger. The offensive linemen have to count all 7. They have to say, hey, or, whoever's setting the protection, because they've got 6, right? They've got 5. I think Njoku might stay in, but they have 5 plus 6. They have 6. So there's 6 people There's 6 in protection. You got 5 or 7 potentially rushing. Right now, Shedeur is hot. He's hot. This is what I was talking about. You have more defenders than you have blockers. Okay.
What are they doing?
What immediately happens? And this is what I was telling you. Watch 42. What does he do? He drops, and that gives him better leverage to go here. Roquan Smith drops out, but you do send. Oh my God, this is a crazy blitz. Actually, David Njoku has to stay in too. So they actually have 7 on what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they have 7 on 5. This was that other. It was the other look of that play that we were talking about, where they have a looper. Kyle Hamilton is picking, right? That means he's not actually blitz. He's just taking out a lineman to create space so somebody can come behind him and get a free hit, right? So that's all that's happening. You're getting a pick from Kyle Hamilton, the best safety in the league at doing that. You get a beautiful stunt, completely unblocked. Ford is lost in the sauce. You have a free rusher. And then to top everything off, I'm not in the excuse-making business. I'm not in the excuse-making business. But if we can see Jerry Jeudy, what is that? I need you to run a corner route, not a curl. Not a curl. You see that your corner has his hips turned to Jerry Jeudy. The leverage is beautiful. If he crosses past his face, Nate Wiggins can't cover while looking behind. He can't see where the ball is because look where his hips are. They're pointed here. So he either has to flatten out and open here, and you're not going to be fast to do that. To maintain his speed, he's going to have to take his, I guess, outside hip, and he's going to have to run and turn his back to the quarterback. Unless, of course, he just sits it. And Nate Wiggins, see, he sits instead of attacking this area. And now, that's Nate Wiggins all day. I got that. I can get that. So, bad throw, bad day. But if you think it's all on him, if you think this is how you should determine what's good and what's bad for quarterbacks, hey, go listen to the quarterbacks. Don't listen to me. I don't know nothing about nothing. Go listen to the quarterbacks. They're saying, hey, Shedeur wasn't great, but the Browns team's even worse. I gotta be honest with you. So y'all let me know how y'all feel about this whole situation. Again, we ain't no more excuse business. Hey, Raiders. I won't even be able to tell you nothing, man, because he gonna get his first team reps. He gonna be able to do what he do. Hopefully it looks a little better. I'm very, very adamant on that. But as we see, this football was one that, or this game was one that was a little bit more layered. It has a little bit more than what meets the eye. If you're just a box score watcher or a highlight watcher, you probably think Shedeur is bad at football. But, you know, that's how that goes. But, hey, y'all let me know how you feel in the comments. Like if you like this, like you don't. If you're here live, we're not done yet. We're just getting started. All right, peace. All right. Who's here from the D? What up, though? Oh, we got some Detroit people. Shedeur will learn. You can't get it all on one play. That's real. We do have to talk about the fact that Shedeur does have a tendency. He wants that big pass. That's something that he did. And people always talk about, he holds the ball too long. They don't ever talk about why he holds the ball too long. They say, he holds the ball too long because he can't process his reads. No, he processes his reads. He gets. I see him get through his progression. He just wants the big pass. Case in point, the Harold Fannin over the middle, that big deep side or 22-yard gain, right? He had David Njoku on the. It was a high-low concept. He had David Njoku on the low. He looked up and said, "Oh yeah, I want it all." Again, he had that out open on that Gage throw, but he said, "Oh, that's my guy Gage. I know I can put this ball on a rope." He did put the ball on the rope. Hey, good play by the defender. We're here talking about how bad Shedeur is. You know what I mean? So it's like football is a team sport. It's not basketball. You can't just say, "Oh, well, you should have scored 50 more points." Like it's not. You feel me? It's completely different. Oh, I missed it. You said scroll up. Hold up. Oh, me, y'all TTs, y'all ain't auntie yet? Wait. Young tees. Oh my God. Y'all man, stop calling people younties and uncles, man. Yeah, so yeah, Shedeur does have habits that he has to break. Like Shedeur Glazer here. Hey, I want him to be better. I want him to improve. I want him to stunt on these hoes so I can come in these videos and be like, "What's up? what's up? I want to look like Tom Brady so I can be over here like, what? I mean, I knew it the whole time. You know what I mean? I want to talk greasily. Right now, we got to talk in honesty. In honesty, hey, he's trying to figure it out. There's a lot of things stacked against him. But at the same time, we know he can do better. We know he should be able to be better. And he has to be better if he wants something to go good in the NFL. You feel me? He can, on the vertical chat, first off, salute from Philly. What's happening? And then Andy Rock says he can throw farther than 10 yards. He sold. Well, there you go. And then Mr. Brownie God says, I'm going to say this because it needs to be said. Black people can process just as fast as, whoa. I don't think, here's what I'll say, Brownie. I get what you're saying. And some people do think that because black quarterbacks have got that stigma. But I would hope to think we've broken that stigma because of, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, like some of the top quarterbacks. I hope we've broken that stigma. I hope people don't actually still think that, black people can't process as fast. Like, that's idiotic. You know what I mean? I think people just hate Shedeur. I gotta be honest with you. I think people really do not like Dion. They don't like Shedeur. They don't like that people like them either. That's what I see a lot of. I see a lot of people being upset because people like them. And I think that's a little messed up. All right, so that's enough Shedeur content for now. Those videos will be up. We are going to talk about Cam Ward today, but before we talk about Cam Ward, we're going to do a little update with Lejante. Love me some Shedeur says guarantee that's his worst game. No, we haven't. Philly in the building. Shout out Uptown. Shout out Badlands. Jordan Love. Jordan Love might not be the best example, but I feel you. Some of the coaches are still old school. That's true. Ola says, what is going on in that vertical chat over there? They need to chill like us. Yeah, I haven't, I don't spend too much time with the vertical chat. It's new. They're getting acclimated. You know what I'm saying? I think we got to cycle some people out. Some people are just chilling. Hey, not everybody's wild in there. I got like 99 people in the vertical chat. Some of them are just vibing. Some are doing it. But let me, what's it called? I just got to turn the fan on. I'm a little hot. My boo. Oh man, I'm sorry. I just hurt y'all eardrums with that one, huh? He said, "Where the other chatter at? I want to see some." Man, y'all leave the vertical chat alone, man. Leave the vertical chat alone. We back in the building. We back in the building. Don't act surprised when you see me repping what I'm repping either. Don't. Yeah, man. I had to finish this strong. Big Tank Deliante. Hope he does good. Anderson says, wishing you nothing but health and wealth. See, that's why I mess with the horizontal stream, man. Y'all doing nothing but being positive. My boss said that the vertical or the horizontal stream is very funny, very, very enticing to her. So good times, good things to see. I had to get a little water. Had to switch the wardrobe up. Big Triz. Anderson, Anderson, I love you, man. I appreciate y'all, man. I'm going to read the chat for just a second. We're going to close out with 2 videos. We're going to talk about, what's it called? Obviously, we're going to talk about Jimmy and Lejante. Just some updates because we're right at midseason. Then we're going to talk about Cam Ward. Gotta do my weekly Cam Ward video. Gotta talk to my Tennessee Titans fans. Y'all know we started off on the wrong foot, but we good people now, right? We was beefing, but my Tennessee Titans fans, I think y'all we see the light. I agree. I'm still gonna support your guy Cam. And then after that, like I said, if you're a member, be on the lookout. You already have more member content. I added some old videos. I turned those into membership videos. And then on top of that, we will be doing some just highlight reactions. So if you want to watch football with me, we're gonna watch some highlights, watch a little Shedeur tape as well. That will be live this week, and then we're gonna be rolling out more member content. If there's anything, if you're a member and if you want certain content, if you want behind the scenes, if you want me to react, blah blah blah, just holler at me, let me know. We can go from there. All right. Hey, Deontay said, hey, shout out to H-Town. You know, come on, we stays with it. We stays with it. You know what I mean? I'm a fake Houston baby though. I'm Harris County, but you know, I still put on for the put on. Big Triz. Amber says, I'm nosy. Now I want to see it. You want to see what? Excuse me? You want to see what? Okay. Jamar Chase tried to appeal his suspension. It was denied. Vertical chat. I predict 220 yards, 2 touchdowns. You can throw farther than 10 yards. Okay, we've talked about that. All right, cool. Cool beans. Do I sound okay? Am I good? Everything all right? Let me know, chat. We cool. We about to finish off. We trying to find Deontay Lewis a wife in here. Oh, y'all trying to find? Okay. Y'all trying to hunt something down. Hey, my man Deontay. Hey, there's not many people. Can I? Deontay, I don't want to blow your spot up, dog. But can I say something about Deontay? Yo, I don't know how long y'all been here, who has been watching, how long or what, and it don't matter. You part of the audience, you're part of the audience. Deontay has been watching me, and I shout you out like every few streams, Deontay. He's been watching me since I made college football video game videos. Go back, y'all can go look at my channel. Go look, sort by oldest, whatever. You can see I was making college football video game videos, and he was there. And then I switched it up to college football, and he said, hey yo, I'm a Buckeyes fan. I saw you putting on for Jeremiah Smith. I'm gonna rock with you, I guess. I was like, all right, cool. Then I started doing more NIL stuff. And he said, hey, I'm gonna rock with you, I guess. And then I started doing the NFL, the Shedeur, the Jimmy Horn, and he said, guess what? I'm gonna still rock with you, right? He a Philly fan, so I started making fun of them Eagles. You know what I mean? I think I gotta do for Deontay. I gotta change. I mean, just for Deontay, I gotta start adding in a Philadelphia video every week too. You know what I'm saying? Because I like Jalen Hurts. Like I'm a Jalen Hurts defender. I know a lot of people like to make fun of Jalen Hurts. Oh my God, he's not top 5. I like Jalen Hurts. I like the way he carries himself. I like the way he wins football games. Like that's important. And of course his story from Alabama being benched in the national championship, coming back the next year for the SEC championship, helping them win. Like he is. If you like football, you should love the story of Jalen Hurts, right? So that's that. My dog, hey Trizzy, goes hard too, man. Trizzy's been dedicated. Y'all updating profile pictures? Okay. That's what I'm talking about. But yeah, shout out to Deontay. Shout out to all my amazing, what's it called? Oh, Amber says she wants to see the vertical chat. Yeah. Y'all can go over there. Go check it out. It's calmed down now. It had like 100 people, but when I took a break, I think they left. So I think they calmed down a little bit. So it ain't as crazy, man. It ain't as crazy. But all right. So let me give y'all a little update on some of our favorite players. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't even paying attention to me. Y'all just talking in the chat. I like that. Y'all say whatever. You can keep yapping things. We don't even care, man. My man Deontay trying to find love in a hopeless place. I feel it. Ain't nothing mad with that. Ain't mad at that. All right, man. 2 of my favorite players former Colorado Buffaloes. Whoa. Can we start this over, please? I'm struggling right now. Two of my favorite former Colorado Buffaloes, Jay Fleazy, Jimmy Horn Jr., and Mr. Lejante Wester. They've had some ups and some downs and some lefts and rights in their first NFL career, but I do think that we have to all agree it's a blessing that they're on the team. And not only that they're on the team, but they seemingly are not just important parts of the team, but, they seem to get along very well with their new teammates, and they've been received very well by the media and things like that. So I think they see what we saw in Jimmy Horn and Lejante, right? These are hardworking people who love ball, they love the game, and also they pretty funny. They pretty hilarious. They're pretty infectious to be around. I think they're really stand-up people. We know the adversity that Jimmy Horn Jr. has gone through, and Lejante Wester has been a bit of a right-hand man, of course, a little bit of a safety blanket and on the field for Shedeur when they were playing in Colorado. So it's great to check in on them to see what they're doing. Now, I will point out, we're going to start with Lejante because I've made plenty of Jimmy Horn videos. I feel like I haven't made a Lejante video in forever. It's because he's only been doing punt return. Now, something very bad, and everybody was focused on Shedeur's bad day. However, I do want to point out, sadly, Lejante did not have a good day against the Browns returning punts either. If y'all were there at my watch along, and no, I'm sorry, I know it's crazy. I told y'all I was gonna not be able to do the watch along the same day Shedeur was gonna be starting. I knew that was gonna happen, but I have some extremely important things to do Sunday. So I can't. I'll react afterwards, and of course, Shedeur stunts on these hoes. But when we were watching this in the stream, if Lejante muffed the punt, and we were screaming in the chat like, Lejante, no, like not like that. Come on, Lejante. So it wasn't the best day for either of these two young men. Now, it's good and dandy to hate into whatever and say, hey, y'all did this, y'all did that. But off the football field, man, that's why y'all are so passionate. That's why we enjoy, Lejante, the Shedeurs, the Jimmies. It's not just about the football field. It's what's happening off the field. And I just want to play this video real quick, man. Oh, I guess it's taking me here. It's taking me here. So let me go right here. Reunited, and it feels so good, man. Reunited, and it feels so good. Shedeur Sanders had a really bad day at the office, right? And guess who's right there smiling in his face, all up in his grill? And I know Shedeur probably felt terrible. I mean, you can see it on his face. But I feel a little bit of him like, okay. I feel a little bit of him like, okay. I feel like he was almost about to crack a smile, but he had to hold it back. He said, man, what would you do? Get away from me, man. Get gone from me, man. Why you all up on me? Why you trying to make me smile and happy right now, man? Y'all cannot take me serious as possible. Y'all know I'm a Texas fan. I'm a Texans fan. But I'm a Shedeur fan. I'm a Colorado. Like, I know the Colorado fans, the CU aunties have adopted me into the fold, right? Because I complain enough about Arch anyway that I think I deserve to have a little bit of Colorado fandom. Yo, this makes me emotional. I gotta be honest with you. I gotta be really honest with you. Like, I was looking at this after that awful game, and I felt bad for Shedeur after that. Like, I felt really bad. Like, I think we can all agree on that. It wasn't a good day. But when I saw this, I was like, and I eventually I just saw the picture. I was like, I think everything's gonna be all right, man. I think everything is gonna be just okay when you see that sort of connection right there. It's an absolutely beautiful thing. Now, again, I don't want to point out too much, but Lejante sadly had a muff. Now, some people were saying, because it was a windy day, and people don't want to point that out because, again, no excuse for Shedeur. But it was a windy day. He had to go. Oh my God! Like, I think he should have. Lejante, we gotta let some roll. We gotta let. Sometimes we just gotta let them roll, right? And the Browns get the ball at the 5-yard line. And we ain't gonna rub salt into any wounds, but they did not score a touchdown here, which was crazy. But not the point. The point is that Lejante clearly was very happy to be reunited with his old running mate. Let's hear it.
Before the game, there was on the big screen a picture of you and Shedeur, saying that y'all went to college together. How do you balance, being happy for him making his NFL debut? You made a couple plays, and then also cheering for your defense.
It's real easy. You feel me? It's real easy. I play with the Ravens. He played with the Browns. I could call him after. He trolled it. But nah, I play with the Ravens. So when I have a Ravens uniform on, I'm all Raven. When I get home, I shoot him a text or call him. I let him know how proud I am of him.
That means something. You know what I mean? Because like the world, the way this stuff works is, and the reason I'm not pointing out Lejante's muff because I want to point it out. Actually, I wish we could just bury it under the rug. That never happened. Don't worry. Lejante's fire. But the reason why I want to point it out is because this is what support is, right? I bet you I don't know what they said. I don't know, whatever, but I know he saw his former quarterback, looking a little down. I bet he went over there and said, "Hey man, thanks for covering up for that for that muff punt." Like this is brotherhood. This is what that means, right? He said, "Hey, look, I'm a Ravens jersey. I'm trying to make it happen. I'm trying to stay on this 53. I'm trying to elevate, maybe get some wide receiver goals as well." But I gotta be honest with you, man. Just hearing Lejante say that he's proud of that young man is great. I know we made a video earlier. I don't know when these videos are coming out. We talked about Dion being excited. We talked about Dion Jr. Bucky being excited. Like, guys, I want y'all to know at the core of these young men, whether you think they're nepo babies, whether they think they're this, whether you think Lejante is even good at football, these are kids that are living a dream right now. These are our family members that are watching these dreams, watching what these young men have been talking about for a year. Hey, I'm going to be in the NFL. I bet Lejante was, hey, I'm going to be in the NFL. He's been telling everybody he could, hey, that's my goal. That's what I'm doing. From FAU to Colorado, now in the league, right? For Shedeur Sanders, from HBCU to Colorado to the league. From Travis, from HBCU to Colorado to the league, right? Jimmy Horn from USF, right, to Colorado to the league. This has been a journey to watch these young men go on and over anything, greater than anything, the thing that will stick with them whenever the football is over, whenever either they got a gold jacket or they picking up a mic because, commentating is what is really they back. Whatever happens, those years at Colorado are undisputed. That brotherhood is undeniable. You can see the way he lights up, right? And I wish they asked Shedeur some Lejante questions. That'd be fire. But man, oh man, Change the Narrative does great stuff on Twitter, right? If you're a Colorado fan, you make sure you go check them out, right? Fun fact, Shedeur Sanders and Lejante Wester met prior to Colorado due to Shedeur committing to the same college, FAU, right? And because, we ain't got to get into that. But so Lejante was going to go before Shedeur decided to commit to play for JSU. Lejante last year, he transferred to play with Shedeur. So this connection is again, this is deeper than rap, you feel me? Where this is somebody who they were supposed to go to the same college together regardless, and they end up coming to the same college together. And Lejante is, he's one of those dudes that just does the dirty work. One of my favorite quotes that is sticking with me, and I stole it from Lejante. I say it on this channel a lot is hey, you don't gotta be that guy to be that guy. And I think Lejante actually got it from Coach Prime, but it's something that he said it in his his combine interviews, and that's something that always sticks with me. You don't have to be that guy to be that guy. That is who Lejante is in every form of the word of that saying. Anyway, he's taken on being a punt returner and taken it as an art form, right? He's done everything to get on this 53-man roster. I want y'all to remember, we talking about Shedeur being a 5th round pick. Lejante was a 6th round pick. Lejante and Jimmy were 6th round picks. They ain't even they wasn't supposed to make the roster. I want y'all to know that. I want you to know after you get past that 3rd round, you real deal competing for something now. You real deal competing. So, I hate to see him have a muff punt, but, so far, right, we're going to get into some of these stats right here. It's been, slightly impressive, right? Shout out to Deontay. I think me and Deontay were arguing in that last live chat when we were watching if he was doing kick return. They said they took him off kick return. I thought he didn't do any kick return. But here it is. He actually did he's only had 4 attempts on kick return, total of 111 yards, 32 yards. So he was in fact doing some kickoff return. I knew he is the number one punt return. So he won the punt return. He has 3 fair catches along with 35. He's got 12 attempts, 173 punt yards so far. So nothing remarkable, but at the end of the day, he was, he's still doing, I mean, he's a punt returner, right? You can only hope for consistency. You can only hope for not muffing punts, right? And again, he's a rookie. He's gonna struggle and do some things like that. So just happy to see that he is strongly planted, so much so that, again, they're asking him for media and different stuff like that. So that's the only update we have. Lejante, he's still a great brother for Shedeur. Obviously still calling him, giving him support in the time that he needs it. And then, hopefully he can kind of get things going. He hasn't gotten any targets on the receiving end, which is kind of sucks, but it's flip-flop because we're about to go to Jimmy Horn. Jimmy Horn has got no burn when it comes to punt return or kick return, which I think is very interesting because I feel like that would be a really good spot for him to kind of grow. But he's been a receiver. So, it's pick your poison. Either you don't get receiving, You don't get receiving reps, or you do get receiving reps. But as we know with Jimmy Horn, he kind of had to work his way to get into the active roster. I think for the first 4 weeks, he wasn't even on the active roster, right? Forget getting targets, right? He just was a healthy scratch. They wouldn't put him on the field. And it seemed like as soon as he got on the field, he was making immediate things happen. I do want to speak about, before we get into some of the stats and facts, you got to understand how Jimmy Horn is being used and understand what the offense thinks that they have in him for them to do that, right? Jimmy Horn Jr. has been used for a lot of end arounds. Now they've handed those end arounds off, and they faked those end arounds a lot. But what I want you to know is Jimmy Horn Jr.'s speed, his twitch, his athleticism is being used to threaten defenses and to stretch defenses. In fact, I believe there was a T-Mac touchdown in this last game against the Patriots where they did that same action. Hey, bring Jimmy Horn Jr. across the formation. We're gonna fake it to him. It's gonna hopefully widen out the defenders, widen out the safeties because they're anticipating an end around, and it hopefully opens up a space for Tedderville McMillan. So as much as the stats probably don't look great, they don't fully exemplify what Jimmy Horn Jr. is being used at. And that's as a weapon in a lot of different ways. He's being used as eye candy. He's being used, obviously, in the run game, getting those end arounds. And then, of course, the big 4th down catches. He's got a big 32-yard gain as well on his jacket as well. So it's been a lot of positivity going around. So let's take a peek here. I want to confirm, I don't think Jimmy Horn is on special teams. At least not returning. I didn't see it. I got it pulled up right here. So let me pull it up. Let me pull it up. I had to pause recording the video real quick. Hold up. Where is he at? Jimmy Horn. Jimmy. Yeah, he's got no returning reps. But let me just pull it up so we have it. You feel me? Receiving. Where's he at? Where's Jimmy Horn? Sorry, I got the ESPN up here. I'm trying to... There it is, Jimmy Horn. Okay, cool. I'm going to go through all his stats. Passing, rushing, so he's got no stats for special teams. That doesn't mean that he's not playing special teams. Just double check. Yeah, he has no stats for special teams. I just wanted to confirm that because someone in the chat kind of brought it up. But yeah, to confirm, he has no stats for special teams. I think that could be a good place for him to use him. Now, I don't want to bring this up too, but Jimmy Horn also had a fumble on the end around. Some people argued it was the handoff. Some people argued other things, but regardless, we ain't got to talk about that at this instance. We can talk about, though, the fact that Jimmy Horn came into this season with certain expectations, right? So let's hear that.
Like for my own field goals, like when I catch my first NFL pass, I want to stat from there and get a minimum of 250 yards. You know what I'm saying? But just to start off, 0 drops and then perfect the route tree.
Okay.
And score my first NFL touchdown. And make sure I'm in that depth, the rotation. And then for the return goals, lock my role in as a punt return or a kick return 1.
Mm-hmm.
Take at least 1 return to the crib. And then I'm trying to be at least top 5 for return average. And no fumbles on the return. And then for mentally, I just want to be prepared for whatever come my way.
Yeah.
I like that.
So those were the top of the league expectations. Now I will say for the 250 yards, he's projected right now to, I think, get like 110 yards. Is it? Yeah. So he's projected right now. He's got 6 receptions on 10 targets for 66 yards. I argue that he's not being utilized enough, but hey, I don't know nothing about nothing. Maybe they've got another plan. I do think they do utilize him though. Sorry, my eyelash is like jumping in my eye. So right now he's not projected to hit his 250 goal, and clearly he's not a punt returner just yet. But I got to be honest with you. I think Jimmy Horn is doing more than anybody expected, because again, that's why I wanted to put that out. It's not just that he's getting and making the most of his targets, right? He's got 10 targets, 6 receptions, 66 yards, 11 average, right? He's got one of the longer. He's top, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Top 5 in longest yards, right? I think he's top 10 in average amongst the receivers, and that's not even playing all the games, right? He only has 7 games played as opposed to the total 11 games. So he hasn't even played all the games. He is a part of the rotation. I really do think it's only going to take one big game where he gets just 3. He just needs 3 targets. I'm telling you, he just needs, the way that he's averaging right now, he can shoot that average up to 20 or so, get a few big plays, another 30-yard play, a few 50-yard games, and you're on your way to 250, right? So projected, it's not looking great, right? Punt return, he's not there. But I think that it can't be understated or overstated, the fact that Jimmy Horn, just like Lejante, has become a staple in a part of what the Carolina Panthers want to do. You know what I'm saying? The cameras love them some Jimmy Horn Jr., man. The media love Jimmy Horn. This is my favorite. Forget about the 32-yard reception. Forget about that amazing 4th down conversion. Bryce Young put it on him, big 4th down. That was amazing. I gotta be honest with you. This is my favorite moment for Jimmy Horn this year. Let's hear it.
Working on learning the plays better and all that. So just stand down for real. It helps.
It seems like your teammates are excited for you to get this opportunity finally. Do you feel that?
Yeah, I feel it. They happy for me. They ready to see me get out.
Is there any pressure that comes with that?
Nah, I apply pressure. I don't let pressure apply me.
That's a good line. Where'd you get that?
It just come off my dome.
It just come off my dome. He's dead serious too. He ain't playing. He not joking. He said, I don't know why y'all laughing. It's Jay Fleazy. It's right off the dome. That's my favorite moment of Jimmy Horn so far. Not the 4th down conversion, not the big 32-yard, not all that phenomenal thing that he did as well. And again, returning, he just hasn't been there returning. Shout out C. Anderson. I believe the group of rookies are blessed to have a support system. Young brothers need an older generation to cover them. That's very, very well said. We're not going to get into too much copyright or stuff like that, but just know, it seems that, and these are the Panthers fans, right? We just talked about how the fact that the Panthers love him, the Panthers media loves him, all those people, they love talking about him, but his teammates love him. And the fan base loves him too, because here is everybody pointing out the fact that Jimmy Horn Jr. is wide open for a touchdown, but they went with T-Mac instead, right? And let me make sure we find Jimmy Horn. So Jimmy Horn, again, this is what I'm telling y'all. So I'm gonna show y'all 2 things. I'm gonna show you Jimmy Horn being open, but I'm gonna show you an example of this should tell you what the Panthers think of Jimmy Horn and what NFL players think of Jimmy Horn, right? So if you ever see somebody go across the formation, right? And I forgot what defensive coordinator said. They said, hey, Aaron Glenn. If you go back and look at Hard Knocks, Aaron Glenn, he's like, hey, whenever the offense does this, they want the defense to flow, right? Now, oftentimes you use it to check to see if it's man, right? If someone's going to follow him across the formation, it's man. If they bump over, it's zone. Regardless, you're trying to get a tendency on that, or at the very least, influence and widen out some players, right? So what you see right off the bat is what? You see this overhang defender, these linebackers, this player, they start kind of cheating over. And guess who else is cheating over? Look what just happened. Look at this safety at the center of the field. That's the biggest change. He's going to match the numbers on the other side. He just kind of bumps in to help support. The linebackers just kind of bump over to help numbers. This safety goes from he was cheating over here. He probably had Jimmy Horn. Or this zone right here. But instead, because Jimmy Horn pushes this way, he goes to a center field safety. Look at where he is now. This leaves Tetero McMillan, T-Mac on a one-on-one. This is what I meant by this is the threat that Jimmy Horn Jr. possesses. This is the threat that Jimmy Horn Jr. creates, where he don't even got to get the ball. Just him moving across this formation has just changed the dynamics of this matchup completely. So I'm not mad at Bryce Young for looking here and going back at T-Mac. Also, T-Mac's got great leverage here. Again, when we talked about with the whole with Jerry Jeudy route, hey, your hips are turned here, so T-Mac is going to attack this blind spot attack where it's the hardest for him to recover here. Jimmy Horn was right here. He does have some separation, but at the end of the day, I mean, in the red zone, you got to throw it up to the 6'5" dude. And Bryce Young's a little late on that throw too, but it is what it is. But Jimmy Horn Jr. is going to be a real deal threat. Lejante Wester is going to continue growing. I'm just happy both of these young men continue to get roster spots. I'm happy that they keep growing, matriculating, maturing. And then even more important, clearly their teams found a place and really do enjoy what they do. So y'all let me know how y'all feel about this whole situation down below in the comment. Like this video if you like it, dislike if you don't. Subscribe if you like football content of all shapes, sizes, forms, and fashions. Y'all be great. We'll see you next time. Peace. All right, live chat. We got a Cam Ward video to do. That'll be the last video of the night. My eyes are like playing tricks on me right now. And I don't mean mind playing. I'm not talking about Coolio. I'm talking about I got these eyelashes. They beating my eye right now. I can't even, you know what I mean? Can't even keep my eyes open, man. Let me I just gotta do something really quick. Why is my eye doing all that? My eyelashes. Is there a way to rip your eyelashes out? I know that's probably not healthy, but come on, man. I need something. I can't even see right now. 1 second. I'm not looking at the chat right now, so I'm sorry. I'll be right back. I gotta do something on this computer. Y'all don't know I got my MacBook down, so when I look down, I look at y'all are down here for me. So, what's it called? Here it is. Boom, boom, boom. Hit him with that. Hit him with that yopper. Boom. Turn this on. Okay, cool. All right, cool. We're back in business. All right, let's finish up with Cam Ward. If you're done with the Shedeur Sanders content, I'm not mad at you. I do hope you have a phenomenal day, because we're going to get our Cam Ward glaze on. We're going to have to defend our glorious king, Cam Ward. And then I'm going to, of course, soak in the fact that my Texans beat the Titans. So they're gonna grow back. They're just gonna grow back. I hope. Give them to me. Hey, y'all can't steal my eyelashes. People giving you the eyelash answer, cause that's crazy. Puck the lid. He said puck the lid over. Okay, he's a rookie there getting his feet wet. Okay, pull the lid over. Okay. Okay, eye drops. Okay, y'all give me. Hey, they give me top tier eye advice. I'm gonna do a little eye treatment after this. You know what I'm saying? Get right. But let's hop right into this. Please don't give up on Cam Ward. Please look at these throws that he's making. Look at it. Ew! Golly. Now I don't know if you can tell, but I'm a little biased. You know what I'm saying? So I've been defending Cam Ward for a while. I've been making fun of my Titans fans for a while that watch my channel and watch my Cam Ward videos. And I want y'all to know, I think y'all thought I was an op, but I'm one of the only people still talking about Cam. I'm one of the only people still defending Cam, because everybody out there, they some box score warriors. Yep. They like to take a peek at that box score and say, man, Cam Ward had a bad day. Hey, Cam Ward's ass. Oh, man, Cam Ward's never going to be able to add X, Y, Z. Do y'all know the Titans are terrible? Do y'all know? And Titans fans got so mad at me when I said this early in the season. I'm happy we're here. You've experienced the long neck. Merry Christmas, right? Davy Mills gave you all 6 inches of his neck. Pause, right? And here we are. Right? I'm not here to rub salt in the wound. I'm here to say, as a Texans fan, as the real Oiler fan, yeah, I'm bringing it back. Give us our uniform. I'm joking. Jeez, y'all be getting mad at me about the uniforms. As a real Texans fan, as a real Oilers fan, that boy Cam nice. You gotta, you know what I'm saying, real eyes, realize what really lies in front of us. And against the best defense in football, dog, you throwing like this? Mind you, that's Will Anderson. If you don't know about him, you better learn about him. Willie Anderson, one of the best edge players in the league. We're going to have to pay him a lot of money. God dang. And we're going to have to pay CJ Stroud. How? How are we going to do that? How? Anyway, not the point. Then we got Danielle Hunter over here. We got a 5-man pressure. Everybody's one-on-one. You did get some chip help from Gunnar Helm. And I say that to say, Cam knows he's about to get smacked. This boy, 5'5", he nice. I don't know if y'all knew that, but he real nice. that boy Danielle Hunter is real nice. Get up off me. Get up off me. Is this tackle even trying? Is he even trying? What's going on? And Cam knows he's about to get clobbered, boy. He's about to get woo. And boy, does he. Look at that ball. Look at this. There's so much to break down here. Cam does this every single week. Every single week he has a throw like this. That shouldn't be completed. That shouldn't be this crazy. Shout out to Trap Form for the 100 joules or whatever you said. I don't know how that stuff on the vertical side works. Sorry, I'm recording this while I'm live. But, I mean, how do you deny this? That's talent. Everybody wants to look at box scores, but they don't want to have you realize with real eyes. And he didn't just stop there. He didn't just stop there. He's rolling to his left again. Look at that rocket. Look at that ball. Gunnar Helm, please. You're a Longhorn, son. I can't we can't have this on our jacket, dog. We can't drop balls like this, son. Gunnar Helm's not helping him. Look at that seed over multiple defenders. Danielle Hunter in his face. How about we go play action? Make him flow one way. You got to make somebody miss. And boy, does he. Steps up in the pocket. Gets the ball out there. He's willing. He's dealing. This is a nasty. And let's talk about it. We talked about Shedeur, and Cam's had a lot more reps. He's seen these nasty mugged up looks before. This actually isn't as bad as what Baltimore was sending, but this is still, like I said, condensed formation. Right? With that condensed formation, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, technically 6. He's a threat, but he's not coming. But this guy's coming. I don't know if you can see, but he's rushing upfield. So you have 6 immediate threats right now. You've got, 5? You got chip help here, and you got a running back help here. So watch how this unfolds. This is a pick. I don't know, or this is a stunt. I don't know if you can tell, but he's just trying to get him out the way because he's gonna come around. That's a stunt. You actually sent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you send 6 against 6. However, you've got a stunt. That means you're about to get this nasty pressure. They actually do a good job picking this up. Wow. Shout out to the Titans. They look at okay. And I don't want to. For the people who've been watching live, watch the running back do what he's supposed to do. When you have your numbers, this is 3 defenders on 3 blockers, right? Offensive line, running back. Watch what Tajay Spears does. He pushes. He's patient. He keeps his eyes up, and then he gets the stunter. That's how you pick up a stunt. That's a great job. But obviously he's getting internal pressure. The pocket's starting to collapse. He has to get this off. Look at that. Look at that ball. Now we got to catch that. We got to be able to catch that. But my point is Cam Ward is good at football. Cam Ward is great at throwing the football. So when I get into these stats, they not gonna paint Cam Ward in a very good light. I gotta be honest with you. I gotta be truthful with you. I had to show you some eye candy because I ain't got a lot more positive to show you. So here are the last few rookie quarterbacks drafted, the number 1, so the first overall XYZ in the average rank of the defense faced through their first 10 starts. Actually, this is actually a positive stat for Cam Ward. So check this out. Cam Ward has faced the hardest defensive slate by far based on EPA per play, or EPA per pass allowed, in the hardest slate by a smidgen based on passing success rate allowed. Again, my Texans. Best defense in the league. I don't know what to tell you. We're the best scoring defense in the league. We got animals. We got Bullock. We got Kamari Lassiter. We got dogs. We got Alshire. Have I told you about Will Anderson? Have I told you about Danielle Hunter? Have I told you about the big sting? Have I? I probably have. We got them dogs, okay? So I gotta be honest with you. this is my most passionate Cam Ward video because I told you Titans fans what was going to happen. Now, we don't look as good as I thought we was going to look because Davis is hurt. I mean, CJ's hurt. Davis is in, all this other stuff. But I told y'all we was going to sweep y'all. Now, I didn't expect y'all to be this ass. I gotta be honest with y'all. Y'all are painfully terrible. The receivers are not helping Cam Ward. And on top of that, like was just pointed out, he's facing the hardest slate of defenses compared to Caleb Williams, Bryce Young, Trevor Lawrence, Joe Burrow, Kyler Murray, and even Baker Mayfield. The defense he's facing are harder in multiple categories, and he's still clawing his way to try to find some sort of success. Now, again, this is where it gets a little ugly, right? The Titans have entered Dayton Triangle conversations, right? The most consecutive games with fewer touchdowns than opponent, right? So the Chicago Cardinals from 1942 to 45 had hold the record for 19. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the creamsicle Tampa Bay Buccaneers, this is 76 to 77, right? And then the Daytona Triangles of 1927 to 1929. I don't even know if these are real teams. I think they just made these up on Madden. I got to be honest with you. And then Tennessee Titans active right now, 14 consecutive games with fewer touchdowns than the opponent. So it really paints an idea that this offense is terrible. Now, shout out Drake May. This is a quarterback efficiency chart, right? You've got completion percentage above expected. And we look at this chart, I think, every single week. And then we have EPA per play, right? Now, Dylan Gabriel, shout out to you. Yeah, at least you're on the line, buddy. That's not bad because you could be over here with Cam Ward, right? So his completion percentage above expected is higher than Dylan Gabriel and JJ McCartney, but his EPA per play on pass rushes and everything else is still pretty bad. And you got and I want to point something out. On our channel, we talk about Dylan Gabriel, we talk about Shedeur, we talk about Cam Ward. You know who I'm finna get in his ass? Pause. Is JJ McCartney or 9. Yeah, that's what happens when you give yourself a nickname. You start playing like garbanzo beans. Absolute arse. Terrible. Not good. So JJ McCartney is the real litmus test of how terrible you are, because he is awful. So before you talk about Cam Ward, before you talk about don't even come at me with Dylan Gabriel is bad unless you say JJ McCartney is worth. Please. Is it McCartney like Paul McCartney? I don't know. McCarthy? I'm not going for the hearth. Anyway, so that's where Cam Ward is. Not great statistically. Titans rookie Cam Ward completed the longest air distance of his, short so far, career against the Texans on a 39-yard pass to Chig Okonkwo that traveled 50 yards in the air. This pass right here was his longest air yard completion, and this thing went 50 yards. 50 air yards. Woo-hoo! That's a ball, ladies and gentlemen. That is an absolute ball. More pretty bad stats, though, for the Titans. This season, the Titans are the only team without an opening drive touchdown. Now, y'all know me. I'm a Cam Ward apologist, so I don't really think that this is a Cam Ward problem. I think this is a team that is picking number 1 overall problem, right? There's a reason they pick number 1 overall. They're probably not going to have the best help, especially when it comes to the wide receivers. And somehow Xavier Restrepo, his guy from Miami, is still not getting any chances. But let's hear, we listen to this guy. This guy's name is Jared Stillman. I think, he gives a good little take on the Titans. He's pretty impassioned, and I think he's tired of the way the offense has been performing as of late. Let's hear it.
So we can love all these things they tell us about Cam, but that's great. But does he have the ability to fix his mechanics so that he can be a somewhat consistently accurate passer? Because while, again, he hit that ball down the sideline yesterday to Chig Okonkwo, and that was a beautiful throw down the field to hit Chig Okonkwo, he also threw a check down yesterday 3 yards behind Tajay Spears. How can you be a quarterback in the NFL and not be able to accurately hit a running back coming out of the backfield?
I'm sorry, I had to pause the video because Trizzy and Deontay are arguing over Joe Burrow being overrated, and that is beautiful. I'm not even gonna say nothing. That's hilarious. Joe Burrow was the. I want to argue with y'all, but I gotta finish this video. I want to argue with y'all, but I gotta finish this video. Hold on. God dang it, that's a good combo.
I don't understand it. So when it comes to Cam, and everybody talks about how, oh, he's such a leader, he's so tough. Oh man, he's been through it all. Oh man, he's got the right attitude. He wakes up at 5 a.m. That's great. But he can't throw the ball accurately, consistently, to a running back coming out of the backfield. He misses wide open receivers on a consistent basis every single game. Does he have the ability to fix his mechanics? You tell me about all the hero worship stuff. And I'm talking about the actual football skills that matter. You know, accuracy, that matters.
So, you know, and we talked about this last week. This guy has been pretty fed up with Cam Ward, pretty fed up with some things. And, you know what I'm saying? And to rebuttal, but what about aura? You know what I'm saying? Like what about sidearm throws though? Have you ever thought about that, buddy? Have you ever thought about forget all them checkdowns. How about let's watch some entertaining football? And I'm mostly joking. I'm joking. I get what he's trying to say, right? As a young player, and especially someone of Cam Ward's skill set, he does make high level throws. And I've said this about Cam Ward since he's been at Miami. Again, I don't know how long you've been watching. But I've been enamored with Cam Ward since he was at Miami because he plays some of the most entertaining football you will ever watch. I say this every single Cam Ward video. I sound like a broken record. ACC Network, go watch the Miami games. I would tell you one, just pick one. Just pick one that's not Georgia. Well, no, Georgia Tech's a good one too. Just the ones that they weren't blowing them out, right? I think Florida, they blew them out. But Florida has some crazy throws. Florida, Cam was just doing whatever the fuck he wanted to do. Oh my God, he was throwing off his left foot around and around. He was doing spins and shit. I mean, it is so exciting. It's so exciting. But yeah, he's gonna make some misses. He's gonna miss a wide open pass. He's going to, and I hate to bring Arch Manning into this, but there was a bit of early this season Arch Manning where it's just like, and I say that because it is about mechanics, right? He sidearms all his throws, and that's kind of the problem Arch Manning was having, where it's like, why are you missing very easy throws? And that sometimes results because he's addicted to, or not addicted, but he is tied to that different throwing style. He wants to sidearm it. He can generate so much power. Like, I want y'all to understand it, that's why he got drafted. Not that many people can generate as much power as Cam can from sidearming throws. That's why anytime Arch Manning throws, it looks like a duck that's dying on flight. But Cam Ward throws an extremely tight spiral that goes where it should go, but sometimes his feet betray him, sometimes him sidearming, sometimes the angle of the ball's too low as well, so sometimes that can be susceptible to getting batted around. So there are some things. I get what he's saying. Hey, that's all great, and that's fine, that's dandy. But I would argue you should know the beast that you're getting into. I think, and I think some of y'all think that I'm only, again, a Shedeur Glazer. No, I'm a Cam Ward Glazer too. Come on now. I'm a Cam Ward apologist too now. Bigger than that, forget, who I like, who I don't like. We put too much credit on what what quarterbacks can do to win for the team. I am I'm big on, we put way too much stock in, can a quarterback save us? Because we grew up watching Peyton Manning. We grew up watching Tom Brady. We grew up watching game changers at the quarterback position. But guys, what we have to realize is those were just the top guys, the Ben Roethlisbergers, the Aaron Rodgers. Like, there were only so many. What we expect, we were spoiled. I got to be honest with you guys. We were spoiled as kids growing up with the Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady's and Peyton Manning's and Drew Brees. Like all of these, like almost every division had an elite quarterback, and typically they had more than one elite quarterback, and the mid quarterbacks would probably be elite by today's standard. I think people are talking about Bo Nix is top 5. Yeah, we ain't got to get into it. But I say that to say I think we've fallen in love with that so much that we are not attributing enough, not blame, but at least some credit to what the coach is doing. What is the coach doing to fix his throwing style? I don't know if y'all hate it, but I love making basketball references because I think I don't know. It's definitely not apples to apples, but I think it just gives another perspective, right? Lonzo Ball, right? Lonzo Ball, if y'all remember, obviously highly touted coming out of UCLA. Was it UCLA? Was it UCLA? I forgot what school he came out of. But regardless, he got drafted to the Lakers. Big deal. His big thing was that he, you know what I'm saying? He took 15 years to get his jump shot off, and that was something that he worked on, and you saw it progress and get better. I say that to say intentional coaching can change that. I don't know why when Cam Ward was drafted, everybody was just talking about him being number one. Oh my God. Actually, y'all weren't talking about him. I was the only one talking about him. Y'all were NFL. Y'all were just complaining. Well, why isn't Cam Ward getting talked about enough? Well, I was talking about him. I've been talking about Cam Ward since Miami. That's made me real mad. Y'all saying y'all ain't watching my videos? That's crazy. Random NFL Network person, you're not gonna watch Tings' video? Come on, man. What you doing? But no, in all seriousness, like, I feel like if we were giving Cam the attention that he should do, this should have already came up. Yeah, he's a gunslinger. He sidearms balls. Cam Ward can make 97% of the throws because that's how talented his arm is. But he thinks he can make all of them. He will throw things that he's not supposed to throw. Last week we talked about Zaire Franklin, basically talking about, and we keep going back to basketball, the Paul George, Damian Lillard. That's a bad shot. I wouldn't take that. That's what Zaire Franklin said. Oh, that's a bad throw. But I mean, I guess he scored a touchdown. Like, it ain't a bad throw for Cam Ward, right? So I say all that to say, as a coach, you have to either embrace what Cam Ward is and say, hey, we're a gunslinging offense that needs to make things easier for him, or y'all need to get coaching and get that improvement. I am so tired of us talking and getting mad at rookies for looking like rookies and having things to improve upon. That's why you're a rookie. That's why you shouldn't start rookies. That's why you should sit your happy ass down. You should learn from a veteran. You should get coached up so you don't get thrown out there in the most important position where all they're looking to do is blame you. But hey, what do I know? What do I say? I think Cam Ward's going to be just okay. However, it's clear that dude, that random dude Mike, isn't the only one that's, being a little fed up about the offense. Let's hear it.
Can't have that many false starts. We need to be better. I mean, we can't keep sitting up here saying the same thing, trying to sugarcoat it for the media, for anybody. And I said it in the locker room, I said it on the field. I'm tired of sugarcoating. I mean, we need to be better. At the end of the day, we need to protect Cam better. Simple.
How do you guys feel as a defense when knowing if you give up 2 touchdowns or whatever, that it's going to be hard to win?
Man, at the end of the day, it's about complementary football. We have to play better team football. Sometimes the offense will be playing good. Sometimes the defense. But how can we play good as a team, 3 faces?
So, and shout out to Jeffrey Simmons, right? Been a leader. Obviously, Jeffrey Simmons and Cam Ward got into it a few times, obviously just in competitive ways. But, the boiling point has been reached at this point. I just ask you, and that's probably going to be the title of this video, please don't give up on Cam Ward. Please don't let these analytics bros and all these box score watchers and, oh my God, they haven't won it. Please do not give up on Cam Ward. I'm telling you, if you enjoy watching football for exciting football, Cam Ward is probably going to give you the most exciting brand of football that you're going to see. The throws are amazing. The arm arrogance that he just wants to rip it whenever he wants to rip it. I'm telling you, Titans fans, you're in for a lot of excitement if y'all can protect him, if y'all can keep him upright, if y'all can, I don't know, get a decent coach around him since y'all don't even have one right now. It's a tough situation to be put in. So I'm just wishing the best for Cam. Hope you are too. But I hope you enjoyed the video. If you didn't, dislike it. If you did, like it. Comment down below your favorite team. I don't know. I'm tired while I'm recording this. I've been streaming too long. Oh my God, it's 10:50. I need to go. Y'all be great. Y'all be phenomenal. Have a great day. Peace. Yo, stream. First off, Patty Hat, thank you for the 20 jewels. Deontay and them. Oh my God, they arguing. Oh no, Jalen Hurts in the top 5. Y'all gonna make me act up. I want to get into these quarterback. Debates. My boss said I gotta wrap it up though. My boss said I'm too loud. It's 11 o'clock at night. I got a real job, so I gotta, go to sleep. Yada yada yada. But I need to get. Ooh, y'all put a pin in that. Deontay, Ola, Trizzy, next live stream, we debating top 5 quarterbacks, right? And Deontay gonna be mad at me when I got Jalen Hurts at the bottom of my top 5. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I love me some Jalen Hurts, but we ain't gotta get into it. We ain't gotta get into it. Yeah, Jalen Hurts. Oh, hey, nice. I see. Hey, nice was in the vertical too. I appreciate it. What's it called? I appreciate y'all. Guys, phenomenal stream. Great time. We talked to some Shedeur. We talked some wide receivers. We talked some real football. But yeah, I'm gonna have to argue y'all down. I'm gonna have to. We're gonna get next stream. We talk about top 5 quarterbacks. That's gonna be my Jalen Hurts video. Deontay, I owe you a weekly what's it called? Jalen Hurts video. C. Anderson. First off, C. Anderson, the sponsor of this video. You went ahead and donated, I don't know how much money. I completely forgot. Deontay said, check my comments. I said Jalen's my number 5 right now. Oh, okay. Oh, we gonna argue. Oh, we gonna get cooked up. But it is 11 o'clock. I'm sure you beautiful people have things to do in the morning. I got things. Let's everybody have some good night's sleep. These videos are gonna smack y'all in the morning. Members, you will get membership content. C. Anderson, obviously I know you're a member. You already have membership videos ready. So if you want to check that out, there's some throwback stuff. And please, members, Trizzy, thank you. He's talking about a great stream. Appreciate you. Hey, nice. Appreciate you, Ola. Appreciate all y'all being here. But yeah, comment down below, or even on this stream, on community posts. I want to know what content y'all like. I know Shedeur content will do good. But y'all, the 155 chilling, the 79 in the vertical, it's a little different. Y'all watch for the foosball. I'm not saying that everybody don't, but it is a different layer, right? You know what I'm saying? We can't argue top 5 with just everybody in the audience. It's a certain special party audience. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate y'all. Y'all be amazing. Please stay safe. Please have a phenomenal rest of y'all night. We will see y'all soon. Videos in the morning. Plenty coming. Y'all.